찻잎을 너무 우리는 것은 잡스러운 맛이 올라오는 것을 방치하는 것과 마찬가지입니다. 지양하는 걸 추천드립니다.
Hello everybody, welcome back. If you just give me 1 second. OBS is not OBS. My chat thing is not working, so let me just get regular pop-out chat. And let me just put this on top, and I'll just a second. There. Work with pop-out chat, not a doc. Hello everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Let's begin. First, I wanted to take a look at new ego, new units, all sorts of things. Yes, and everybody, please finish the story on your own first if you'd like. We're gonna do... Yeah, thank you, everyone! Thank you. We're gonna start with just... I want to do a moment of story speculation. I want to look at the new stuff, new ego, see how who the Rupture team is. Let's jump out of that. So it's a little bad, and I thought... Maybe just one pull, since it worked so well for Ryoshu before. And I finally got Red Eyes open. I don't know how much I'm gonna use this compared to like Thoracalgia at this point, but it has the like bind stuff, doesn't it? Healing, bind and healing, that's not too bad. Oh, that will synergize with Faust, but I think we want Thoracalgia. I think I just have one more ego that I don't have then. Which would be good to clear stuff out. I mean, besides Magic Bullet. But that of course will be useful for collab. It's funny, it sounds better than Thoracalgia. Yeah, because again, the question I think for Thoracalgia is, well, actually, what does this cost? Oh yeah, Wrath as well, because I don't know where... Wrath is one of the questions I'm sort of having. There are options, but we have to sort of figure it out. I also got Faust. We're gonna skip the Uptie story, I think, just... but I do want to take a look at the skills here. After we fully Uptie her. Just in case there's some spoilers. There doesn't tend to be, but I do want to leave it. Oh, she looks so cool. Okay. Just in case. But even just from her kit, I was like, this looks... Alright, I'll need to grab some shards. Thought about that. Look at the very secret. How much do we need? Just do the 20. Because we will want to see what our HP is, because that's one of the other questions. How well is she going to work as a talisman carrier? Okay, let's take a look at this now. Link step. About what expected. 1 rupture count there. 3, 4. That's What does that compare to? Let's take a quick look at Ryoshu's as well. Yeah, 3-4. I'm assuming they're about the same. 4-6, 5-4. Yeah. So as long as the similar sort of thing, clashing, can lose rupture. Actually, no, we won't, because it's on this coin that we get. So that can be neutral with passives. This unit's speed is faster than the target. Speed difference time Tiandu Star's Blade. Which I think I read was maybe a water margin reference as well. I went to go look up water margin because I'm like, okay, what characters do I need to know? And I was like, oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of characters. But again, cause health screen is shorter, I think I can maybe fit in water margin as well. when I prep for the next Canto. I guess it depends whether I want to assume Lei Heng is gonna hang around for the next Canto. Yeah, Clash Win, 2 coins there. Clash Win, Rupture Count, on hit, Rupture Count, Flex Rupture. We have the 2 Death Rights, deal 50% more damage. We want faster for the coin power. And the Rupture. Haste. Mew 4-7. Okay. If this unit's speed is faster than the target, still speed difference times Rupture's Ponyon's attack. % damage. If this unit's speed is faster than the target's gain coin power based on speed difference, coin power +1 for every 2 speed difference, max 2, gain assist defense, 1 assist defense, max stack 3. Oh, I'm super excited to try this out. Gain 1. So I wonder, to get the extra ones, gain 1 once per turn, how do we get the extra ones then? Because it's max 3. This is just one. I thought maybe using multiple skills, but this is just once per turn. Then we can get the other skill 3 from Ascendant Heisho Mao Technique, Cloud Splitting Manifestation. We got the 15, 3 Strider Mao, Dash Win 2 Rupture Count, nice. Rupture, and then you're getting all the bonuses from Haste. Holy wall of text. At least we roughly have an idea based on... It's very similar to Ryoshu's kit, just more somehow. I was very surprised when we saw just the preview, because this looks so good. So we need the 10 plus Tiandu. And there's poise for some reason. The poise just feels like, let's just invalidate 7 Faust. Oh my gosh. The poise makes me laugh. It's okay, 7 Faust is home screen meta forever for me. We have the Rupture, plus 50. Coin power, plus 1 for every 10. 10 plus speed, gain 20 poise. I didn't even realize that. 20 poise. So you're gonna crit. Like what? What? Raise poise count to 4. Raise Strider Mao. 2 plus count again. This is 3 coins with the once reuse. 2 rupture count. Rupture. And for the Deathrite Fisher, which is Rupture Trigger, lose 1 stack, 1 bind. And 3 more bind next turn, lose 2 stacks. 0 stack, okay. We have the clashable counter. Now this one does not have rupture count. But she has to have some weakness. But it's 2 coins. It shall be done. Gain 1 assist defense. Gains 1 offense level for every 10% HP. Community loss, instant counter. 3 strider Mao. Faster. 1 rupture, 1 rupture. Swift feet protection. Which is what you get from the assist defense. 4 plus 10, unbreakable coin, and then if we have 10 of this, we use the bigger skill 3. Okay. It looks pretty. The guaranteed, the 20 poise here is pretty bonkers. I'm just double checking everything. Okay, now the question is, I think we can afford to use one of these. Now the question is, okay, 236. What's so she has a lot of bait. So she is beating Rhodia pretty easily, pretty handily. And then what? Song was at like 280, 235. Okay, at level 40, what are you at? Yeah, you jump up to 287 there. I know we kind of expected her to have the higher HP, but I almost did not want to believe it. And you're at 51 right now. I'm just comparing. Oh my goodness. Well, we want to use you, so get you up to... Welcome, our new talisman carrier. And I think we will stick with... I'm still not sure about... I guess it's not... Fluid sac. We'll swap to Floricolgia there. I don't think it's really worth... Back weight +1. Well, let's see. I don't even know if we're gonna want to use that over everything else, but of course now our big question is... Oops. Thank you. Okay, hey. I was hoping for like a Zion or something. Okay. Pretty fuelable. Entangled Cursed Talisman. Now here's the question. 16 plus 4, 3 attack weight. Does this change hugely? Max 3. Entangled Cursed Talisman. Max stack 5 expires at turn end at 10 plus stack when taking 30 plus damage from a skill. This... Gluttony... 4 plus Gluttony Resonance. Okay. Take Gluttony damage equal to Rupture potency on self. I mean, at this point, we're getting a whole lot of Rupture, but also the Gluttony damage. 3 plus damage, gain... Oh, +1 Rupture count. A 10 plus stack. This effect expires, gain... Stack divided by 4 attack power down next turn. 5 plus damage... So we want the, so for that we want at least 6 to get the max 10, and then at 10, so that's only like 1 rupture count from that. Clicked 5% damage for every entangled curse talisman. Rupture, like 10 on max 2 rupture count. Okay, so not, I don't think this is like replacing Talus Claire. 6 plus Gluttony Resonance, inflicts entangled on curse talisman divided by 2 rupture. Divided by 3, max 2 rounded down. Passes. Okay, but what's this? On hit with this unit's skills, if target has either 15 plus rupture or if this unit dealt a critical hit, inflict 1 defense level down. What is it with defense level down and rupture units? I don't... Like, I really would have preferred, like, attack level down, because Dawn's struggling, because, Lantern Dawn is struggling with their clashing a little bit, and I mean, we all know Rupture's the true damage, so many of them have defense level down. And well, that's on the free one. What do we have from Ishmael? I did fit it. Oh, Zion. Oh, it is Rupture. Okay. Zion wise, I thought Ishmael was in a better place. I have enjoyed seeing all the fan art of all of them together. I mean, of Dawn and Ishmael, with their 2 together. Because I quite like Snag Harpoon. Inflict Centipede Venom equal to the sum of type of negative effects on self and the main target, max 10. Centipede Venom. Defense level down. Like, gluttony damage equal to the stack. Have the stack. I like the +2 in clashes. That's what I feel. It's an easy +2. Like, they had to nerf Faust's original ego passive because that was +2 for the first 10 turns, which I guess wouldn't have been as great in modern Limbus anyway, since the fights are lasting longer anyway. Because there is the -2, but you're generally avoiding the struggling stuff anyway. Upon death, transfer to this unit's ally, focus on a different part with none. Release Centipede Venom. Like, I'm just thinking, we have all these things that are like take gluttony damage. Rupture's just gonna like make people explode. Sinking Rupture, 4+ inflict Centipede Venom by resonance. Corrosion. Targets randomly, inflict Centipede Venom equal to Rupture, Centipede Venom. Whenever this unit inflicts Sinking Potency, Sinking Count, or Unique Sinking using its attack skills, gain 1 offense level up next turn at 3+ Absolute Resonance, so the same conditionals gain 1 offense level up next turn instead. Oh, that's not bad, because... Any damage... Yeah, Ishmael doesn't have unique sinking, that's a good point. But I mean, that is just future-proofing. The question... This would be nice. It would be nice just to keep, like, Mulder Ishmael staying modern. Announcer that may... Yeah, there's an... I didn't think the announcer was in this part.
이 수많은 소원들 중 그대가 이루고 싶은 소원이 무엇인가?
David, thank you very much. They were quite full of wishes. All of them.
무념무변 믿음을 되새겼다는 어리석은 의무는 품지 말았어야지.
It's a good line. I want to see this action. Wonder if this is. Thank you. Next. I'm on the way to finishing this up for the next update, but when that comes, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it because I'm gonna have to like close my eyes because last time we'd see the like this little banner and that was a bit spoilery. I want to try and avoid that. So let's just definitely want red sheet here. We'll just do it to 3 for right now. And then for Ishmael, I mean, we'll just stick it here for... Oh, right, Ishmael's the one who's ahead now. So that would make me assume... Just do it to 2. Let's wait to see what she ends up with, because she's not exactly swimming in Rupture here. But definitely something we'll want to like Molar. I mean, although I'll miss her, I'd rather like a better Tet than... I mean, if this is also... I need to think. Then a Zayn... I mean, I want everybody to have alternate Zayans just because it's nice to change starting affinities. I feel like that's such a underutilized... Oh, let me adjust my phone. Pointing the wrong way slightly. Such a underutilized part of like strategy at the moment is changing your starting affinities just because so many. We have very few Zains. So let's see, we have 7, I have to think. Let's throw you onto testing as well. And we'll just about begin. And there's one more thing I think I wanted to... Whoa, okay. It is a dungeon. Woohoo! I was kind of hoping it would be because it felt so set up for that, but... And it'd be just so nice to have something different. Also, it's fun to go back and look at the original Lobotomy Corporation CG here and just see like all these... I mean, of course they'd keep the details, but I was like, oh yeah, look at that window. It's almost like dome. Look at all the details that are kept. That's delightful. I wonder if that's a... Thinking that, I wonder if that's a hint that we're getting an Ishmael ID. She's what? She's... I mean, Merceau's most due. And I think he'll be a Vulp ID. She is sort of... She's in the needs another ID. I forget who's like the most pressing at this point. The one thing I want to talk before we started and I jump in, I was just thinking a lot about like one of the big questions I had when reading the book was who's going to be the final boss. I talked a bit about that in like my speculation stream, so I won't totally go over that. I think the final boss is not just like important to the story, but should be something that's a climax for Honglu's arc. And there's not like an obvious villain or boss character in Dream of the Red Chamber. So when they introduced Jia 2, I was like, oh, that's how they're doing it. Because the book is very critical. So the hierarchical nature, or at least the hierarchical like interpretations of Confucianism, I don't feel comfortable like saying it's an anti-Confucianism book. I'm not the person to... Because some of the papers I read aren't entirely anti-Confucian. Don't read it as like entirely anti-Confucianism. Although certainly you'll read a lot that it entirely is. So I try and avoid saying it's wholly anti-Confucianism, but it's certainly critical of sort of like social hierarchies, and how that affects many of the main characters who can take advantage of it, who is disadvantaged by it. And the big word I put in my presentation was, how does one find liberation from their situation? It was like, okay, we have literal Confucius, that must be how they're handling, and we're gonna take down Confucianism, I guess, or at least this aspect. But so far, they haven't really made him like a sort of representative of that. Is how they haven't really brought up that aspect much at all, so it's hard to imagine he won't be a fight at some point. But he's not really, the way he's acted, unless we get like more, we establish that that's what he's meant to represent. He doesn't feel that way to me. Which isn't very interesting given the original themes of the book, but that CG where he's like, I really like that CG with his hair down. He's looking up at Honglu, who's sort of looking down at him. I was like, this makes him look like the protagonist. So we'll see if I feel like that gives him a good nerd. Thank you. I'll take that. I'm making, what's the nerd emoji? I'm making that face right now as I speak. It's gonna be Ricardo again. That was my other sort of Ricardo related. I was wondering, excuse me, I have my tea here. Are we, is like, Lei Hung, is he gonna be like the Ricardo of this like section? Okay, yeah, I can be that nerd emoji. I'll adjust my glasses, thank you. And if he's gonna be a fight, I would sort of rather him be saved for the next Canto. I mean, it would be a setup to put it here, but again, I want to focus on like the Dream of the Red Chamber aspects. Oh, he doesn't have a theme song. We'll see. Level 55, suppress the dungeon bot. Oh wow. Second round, this is so fun. Let's actually make sure. Well, presumably we can change, but let's just bump everybody. Let's swap for the testing. You're more on like passive duty. And we'll clean up bring everybody. I mean, we can level up outside of things if we needed. Red sheet. Thank you, King. Thank you very much. We can give you your one more level. I don't know. For boss fights, Honglu is still sort of the mystery of who I want to bring personally. For any reason, I think we will just stick you on passive duty. Maybe we'll borrow Greg. Everyone will get the 54 bump. We have all these options to borrow. Oh, one other thing I did was I went and redid the Night Ambush 2 with the proper Talisman Rupture team. And I did it in like 3 turns. Well, he doesn't have very much HP, so I did K-Corp Honglu. Oh, nothing. There we go. I think we'll take that. So he just crumbles to like... I brought K-Corp Honglu, who just like took all the aggro and survived admirably. And then so everybody else had like free reign to stack Rupture. And then Ryoshu's fast enough to, if she wants to take some clashes to add her stuff. Super easy way of doing it. An average level, yeah, that's from.
뜀박질 시간.
Here we go.
뜰 앞에서 서러워하는 꽃 장례 지내는 사람이여. 꽃갈기 홀로 들고 눈물을 짓더니.
Oh, since the other thing I thought about, since Dayu's here and we're talking about like final bosses, not as an antagonist, but Dayu has always been sort of my favorite option for like, if a fight was to be the climax of something, it would be Dayu. And I'm like, I was just looking at her design. I was like, she could have a really beautiful ego, couldn't she? But also we call you a florist ego, and she has the whole flower theme.
빈 가지 뿌려진 눈물엔 빗자국이 어려있네. 어젯밤 뜰 밖에서 슬픈 노래가 들렸는데 그것은 꽃넋과 가는 새 넋의 울음이었지. 가는 봄이 안타까워도 할 수 있는 것은 없으니 그 수많은 울음소리를 그저 듣기만 하는 수밖에.
That hair looks more brown, and what's the red bandage?
이제 알겠느냐? 너는 할 수 있는 게 무엇도 없단다.
Oh.
그러니
In the silent, windless sands. Can't. I'm almost covering it. Just the chair there. Stood only the desolate ruins of a building, swept through and thoroughly destroyed by a brutal, unstoppable force that was determined to leave nothing in its wake. Remember the day Rune came to the Kong family, who have brought this destruction upon themselves through their grave transgressions. To violate the laws of Hongyuan is no tragedy as such. It warrants no pity, only humiliation and scorn. This site of history stands as a monument to the inevitability of karma.
그렇다면 여기가 멸문했다던 공씨 가문의 건물인가요?
Ishmael asked Honglu, having read the plaque on the building.
네, 맞아요.
This track in particular actually reminds me of something from Umineko.
지금은 사용하지 않는 공간이죠.
그렇다면 이 안에 계셨던 사람들은 전부 도대체 어떤 죄를 지었길래 이렇게까지 한 걸까요?
이만한 건물이 뿌리채 폐허가 되었다는 건 조직이나 해결사 간의 충돌 수준이 아니다. 전쟁에 가까운 규모의 사건이 있었을 테지.
맞아요. 아무리 도시라고 하더라도 흔히 볼 수 있는 풍경은 아닐 거예요. 머리가 이곳에 왔었거든요.
Honglu replies, like it was the most obvious answer to a complicated question.
머리... 야...
금기를 어겼군요. 공씨 사람들이.
그 다음엔 청소부분들이 이어서 뒤처리를 했죠. 금기와 관련된 모든 것을 남겨놓지 않기 위해.
The head must really be a terrifying entity. If the mere mention of it could cause the sinners to shrink so much. As we were ambling aimlessly with this revelation,
2차 심사까지 올라오신 후보자 여러분, 환영합니다.
a disembodied but sonorous and excited voice broke the silence through the speakers.
공정성에 대한 여러 문의를 적극적으로 수용하여 2차 심사부터는 제가 새롭게 사회자를 맡게 된 점 양해 부탁드리면서
Partiality issues. Oh, Barbara 2.0. I was thinking the host is a pretty important part of the tournament arc. I don't remember the I don't know much about Yu Yu Hakusho, but I feel like maybe a cousin had something, because I did watch part of the Dark Tournament arc, maybe even a good chunk of it. I remember the hosts. Looks like this Jiajiang got kicked off from the host seat.
자 잠깐. 저기 위에 있는
Oh
저거
wow.
설마 구경꾼이냐?
What initially appeared to be a dilapidated rooftop was revealed to be where the spectator seats were installed. They were filled to the brim, to the point where I couldn't spot a single empty seat.
의자까지 설치된 것으로 보면 관객이라 보는 것이 맞겠군요.
1차 심사에서 소란이 있긴 했지만 저희가 언제 또 가주 심사를 구경해 보겠습니까? 보기 드문 행사인 만큼 보는 눈도 많으면 좋은 법이죠.
Witness.
자, 본격적인 시작에 앞서 후보자들이 최선을 다해 대전에 임할 수 있도록 모두 뜨거운 박수와 함성 부탁드립니다.
Yeah.
야, 개판이네. 우리가 밑에서 쎄 빠지게 고생하는 걸 위에 있는 놈들은 간식이나 까먹으면서 구경하겠다는 거야?
아마 내기판도 열렸을 거예요. 저희에게 거신 분은 거의 없겠지만요.
전부 후회하게 해주지. 이곳 실내인 것은 맞죠? 분명 지하로 내려왔는데 하늘도 푸르고 갑자기 밖으로 나온 것 같은 느낌인데요.
Honglu explained that we're still within the subterranean area of Hongyuan, but most of the sinners were having a hard time believing that, with the pale blue sky above them.
홍원에 사는 부유한 자들 한정으로 방을 취향에 맞게 인공적으로 꾸미기도 합니다. 이미 대관원에도 그 주인 된 자의 취향대로 방을 꾸민 건물들이 여럿 존재하죠.
네, 어르신들을 만나러 가는 길도 이런 느낌으로 꾸며져 있어요. 가는 길은 언제나 화창하고 푸르죠.
I feel we might head there at some point.
바깥보다도 오히려 더욱 바깥 같달까요?
그런데 저건 뭐야?
I realized. Are we actually looking at? I wondered if we're just gonna ignore it. I realized that what Rhodia was looking at was a parasol. It was installed in such a random place that I doubted it was actually there for anyone to sit under.
아, 저건 파라솔이네요.
파라솔인 건 나도 알지. 왜 저기에 고무 파라솔이 남겨져 있냐는 건데.
Honglu tilted his head, thinking.
발톱을 이끌고 온 어떤 높으신 분이 저기에 앉아서 모든 걸 지켜보고 있었거든요.
A real big shot.
그러니 4대 가문이 저 파라솔을 구태여 치우지 않은 이유는 길이길이 기억하라는 의미겠죠. 모든 가문에게 보여주기 위한 경고이기도 하고요.
I think Bina would be quite pleased. Or Garyon, I guess. That her T-spot was left as a warning.
기억이요? 어떤 것을요?
허락되지 않은 것을 함부로 넘보지 말라는 것. 분수에 맞게 살다 분수에 맞게 떠나라는 것. 이라고 어르신들이 말씀해 주셨답니다.
So said Mr. Stewart.
이제 들어갈까요?
Yippee! Well, we all gaped about like fish out of water in this unfamiliar environment. Honglu casually walked ahead of us into the building, like he was out on a mundane stroll. I know you said you heard it all from the family elders, but you saw everything that happened here, didn't you? All of it. I was trying to figure out what the timeline was. It's like this was just... I mean, of course, we don't know the exact time frame from like LobCorp to Ruina to Limbus. LobCorp was 10 years. This was the old lab. Then they still, I would assume, needed a bit of time to like establish the new L Corp. Plus 10 year. I mean, he was young. I mean, how old? I mean, we don't know how old the characters are either. It could reasonably be put Honglu anywhere from like 20s to early 30s, unless we're doing something. Unless we're doing something super bonkers, and if it was like single digits, I guess you could it would just about fit. Honglu paused, then turned around.
네. 아마도 그렇답니다.
What's the probably? I'm starting to have less and less idea about what his smile really means. Arian attacked the lab immediately after destroying H-Corp. You know, 'cause she talked about in her flashback. I remember that. Oh! Honglu's level rises to 55, up to high threat spin, that's nice. Remember the day Rune came to the Kong family, but brought this destruction upon themselves through their grave transgressions. Inevitability of karma. That's a big... Oh, what? Oh. That, Active effects. Maybe it's not like, I wouldn't call it like the main theme, but it is certainly an important one. Fate is inevitable, and even when a young Baoyu wants to change things, his parents just sort of laugh at him. 3 coins. That's a CG!
따라서 2차 심사의 최종 순위대로 가주 심사가 마무리될 예정입니다. 즉, 지금 심사에서 1위를 차지한 후보자는
Will become the finalers yet. So are we
영예롭고
will become our
존경받는
next?
홍원의 가주가 되는 것이죠.
I assumed there would be 3 rounds.
말씀드리는 순간 후보자분들이 각자 배정된 시작 위치에 무사히 도착했다는 연락이 들어왔군요. 그럼 2차 심사를 본격적으로 시작해도 되겠습니까?
Ooh. Don Quixote was the only one who gave an enthusiastic reply.
그런데 이제 뭘 하면 되는 것인가?
지나가는 놈 보이면 선빵. 무력전이라고 했으니까.
이런! 제 말이 끝나기도 전에 벌써 전력 질주를 하는 성격 급한 후보자분들이 몇몇 보이는군요. 하지만 이런 상황에선 말을 끝까지 들어보는 게 도움이 되지 않을까요?
Me, please.
그렇다는데요.
후보자 여러분들, 각자 들어오신 입구 근처를 보시면 동전이 꿰인 줄을 하나 찾으실 수 있을 겁니다.
Maybe there was a round 3 and it got skipped. Maybe Zuipan. Maybe it cleared out enough candidates. that we only need 2 rounds.
오! 이것인가 보군. 이 동그란 건? 돈일지도 몰라. 여기서만 쓰이는 화폐라든가 짤랑거리는 소리도 났어.
아니, 말을 끝까지 들어보라고 조금 전에 사회자가 말하지 않았나요?
그 동전을 소중히 지켜주시길 바랍니다. 왜냐하면 그것이 각 후보자의 목숨값이기 때문이죠.
Life tokens, if you will.
얼른 받아주시게! 홍로군의 복수가!
Blood drained from Don Quixote's face as she hastily tried to return the bundle of coins to Honglu, but Heathcliff casually snatched it out of her hands.
어디 봐. 동전처럼 생겼지만 돈은 아니구만. 이게 왜 목숨값인데?
지금쯤이면 이게 왜 목숨값이냐며 궁금해하시겠군요.
Gonna play D&D.
자, 2차 가주 심사의 규칙은 이렇습니다. 모든 후보자는 동전을 매듭줄에 엮은 다음 허리춤에 걸고 있어야 합니다. 안 보이는 곳에 넣어 다니거나 삼켜버리거나 일부만 뜯어내서 가지고 다닌다거나 다른 사람의 눈에 보일 수 있도록 허리춤에 걸어두지 않으면 모두 실격입니다.
실격이라는 건
야! 빨리 가져가서 안 먹고 뭐해?
It's like disqualification, a fate worse than death.
히스클리프 씨가 뺏어간 거 아니었나요?
Good thing they all have belts. At least belt loops.
모든 후보자는 각각 3개의 동전을 지급받죠. 그 동전을 모두 잃어버리거나 빼앗긴 후보자는 즉시 탈락! 이스마일군은 절망 매듭이었던가? 그걸로 절대 안 풀리게 묶어주시게!
안 그래도 하고 있어요.
Designated rope tire.
아, 그렇게 조급해하지 않으셔도 될 텐데요.
이번 2차 가주 심사의 제한 시간은 총 2시간. 순위는 각 후보자가 보유하고 있는 동전 개수로 정해집니다.
아, 이걸 이렇게 걸면 되는 거네요.
함부로 만지지 말고 조심히 다뤄라.
어지간해선 안 떨어질 거니까 걱정 마요. 깊은 칼질만 아니면 끊기도 어려우니까.
3 coins now hung from Honglu's waist, threaded by a rope. And with that,
그럼 2차 가주 심사를 시작하겠습니다.
the second round begins, and the 2-hour time limit begins to count down. I want to see. Oh, yeah, here they are. Artifact. Honglu deals. Oh, for every coin. Is that? I assume that's these coins and not coins we roll. Artifacts used for the second round of the family hierarch evaluation. Candidates without any remaining coins, either lost or taken by force, will immediately be eliminated. I feel like that's gonna be temporary alliance with. Oh, and I see normalities. Is this gonna be Alchai? Or Shichun?
이제부터 마주칠 후보자들에게 동전을 뺏기지 않는 것도 중요하지만 그 말을 역으로 하자면 우리가 동전을 뺏어야만 한다는 걸로도 받아들여지네요.
It's. I really am expecting like we're gonna see somebody lose their coins and like explode.
그래. 다른 규칙이 고지되지 않는 한 최대한 많은 후보자에게 동전을 강탈하는 것이 중요하겠군.
네, 동전을 많이 보유한 순서대로 순위를 결정짓는다고 했으니까요.
1차 가주 심사의 주제는 오래전부터 공공연하게 알려져 있었습니다. 불로불사의 단서를 찾아오는 것. 하지만 이번 2차 심사는 무력전이 진행되리라는 것 이외에는 어떠한 정보도 알려진 바 없었죠. 숨겨진 규칙이나 사회자가 고지하지 않은 규칙이 있다고 해도 모두가 공평하게 이를 모르는 채 참가했을 가능성이 높습니다.
Maybe discard like 2 coins in a hidden place and later get them back. I'd love for there to be a clever trick, but in the context of this story, I imagine all that kind of stuff has been foreseen. All participants are equally under-equipped.
따라서 평소와 같은 즉흥적이고 무분별한 난전을 이어간다면 중간은 갈 수 있을 것으로 예측할 수 있겠군요.
어머, 왜 그렇게 말해, 파오? 우리는 목표를 달성하려면 적어도 2등에 들어야 하는데.
The sinners are unpunished.
그래도 아직은 아무 습격도
We have
없는
this
것
cool. We
같네.
have this cool Faust ID.
아직은.
Sinclair gingerly scouts the surrounding area, anxious that another candidate might suddenly jump out of nowhere and snatch all Honglu's coins away.
아직도 적의 활동은 전혀 포착되지 않는군. 아직도.
Otis muttered something similar as she marched forward on high alert and standing protectively next to Honglu's bundle of coins.
다행이라고 할 수 있을런지 모르겠지만 건물이 워낙 크다 보니 다른 후보자들을 바로 마주치진 않을 것 같네.
여기저기 많이도 달려있군. 엿보는 기계.
카메라를 향해 위협적인 포즈를 보이는 분들도 심심찮게 보입니다만 부서진 카메라 한 대당 동전 하나를 지불해야 한다는 규칙이 있으니 주의해주세요.
저거 방금 받는 규칙 같은데?
아, 이 복도를 따라가면 길이 이어졌던 것 같아요.
Despite everything, Honglu still remains calm.
홍씨, 여기 와본 적 있는 거죠 역시?
네. 하지만 다른 후보자분들은 아닐 거예요. 아니, 치유 형님이라면 왔을 수도요. 그리고 이곳에 걸음을 했던 적이 있는 분들은 이미.
Honglu stopped.
그래도 길을 잃을 염려는 없으니 다행이네요.
방금 너무 노골적으로 말을 삼키지 않았어?
그런데 나 아무리 봐도 좀 이상한데. 우리가 갔던 대관원 거기는 어마어마하게 넓었잖아. 가마를 타고 한참을 이야기하며 가야지 홍루가 살던 방에 도착할 정도로.
사슴인지 뭔지도 뛰놀았다 그러고 호수 같은 것도 보였죠.
그런 공간들을 냅두고 왜 이런 섬뜩한 곳에서 가주대전을 벌이는 건데?
Oh, I forgot. I read/watched Rhodia and Gregor's new identities. I read their uptie stories. Those are really good uptie stories. I really liked how they I'd watched Gregor's first. So I loved how they both showed two sides of this part of the same story. So then I was watching or reading Rhodia's later, and it's like, oh no. watching her story sort of fall apart. But it made me think, because based on Diamu, because like so much of the world here seems to be dictated by the family hierarchy evaluation, but how often do they come around?
그것도 모르나. 예술품은 걸맞은 곳에 전시되긴 마련이다.
I'd put equal importance. It doesn't necessarily have to be extravagant, in my opinion.
왜 굳이 번거롭게 이런 장소에 불러서 마치 우리한테 감상시켜 주려는 것 같잖아.
어떤 걸?
대관원에 대한 자부심과 영광을, 그리고 공가에 대한 본보기를. 그래야지 장차 가주가 될
Hello.
자에게는 물론 다른 후보자에게도 널리 알릴 수 있으니까.
Hello, new friend. Hello, smoke identity. Who are you?
우리를 습격하려는 불청객에게 물으려 한 것은 아니었는데.
The sinners all immediately took a defensive stance at the sudden appearance of a different candidate.
오해마. 나는 너희와 싸우기 위해 온 게 아니거든. 1차 대전에서 너희를 봤지. 신기한 기술로 치료를 하던데. 그걸로 1차 대전도 통과한 걸 테고.
홍루 씨, 누군지 알겠어요?
아니요. 하지만 왕씨 가문분이신 것 같네요. 이야기를 나눠본 적은 별로 없지만요.
왕자우.
Zhao. Hold on, I just want to check my glossary again. I don't think that's. Where's Xifeng? Where's Xifeng? Let's see. An Qing'er, Ren, Xifeng. There's a Wang Zhong. Yeah, not in the glossary.
마주칠 일이 적었을 테니 나는 골방에 틀어박혀 책이나 읽는 게 유일한 소일거리였으니까.
If he's not here to fight, is he here to make an alliance?
오랜 경험을 통해 말하는 건데 우리는 동료 같은 건 안 만들 거야.
이쪽도 같은 편이 되자는 건 아니야. 단지 서로 원하는 바가 충돌하지 않을 것 같으니 동행 정도는 어떻냐는 거지. 나는 가주가 되고 싶은 마음이 있기보다는 뭐랄까,
Yes?
샹치의 포 같은 존재가 되고 싶은 거거든. 차까지는 너무 거창하고.
Canon. Yang-Chi. I feel like the metaphor would make more sense if I understood it.
가령 이런 식으로 예를 들어볼까?
Ching? Marceau definitely snatched the coin out of the air with one hand.
야, 나이스 캐치네, 메르.
It makes it sound like he's stuffing it in his pocket. This is...
이거 진짜 동전이에요? 그 목숨값이라던.
I hope you understand, friend, that our life abilities won't extend to you.
뭐 깨물어 보기라도 하던가.
야, 빨리 해봐.
금과 같은 연질금속이 아닌 이상 그런 감별법은 무의미합니다.
이걸 왜 저희한테 줘도 되는 건가요?
글쎄, 그건 이제 사회자가 곧 말해주겠지.
The host's voice buzzed from the speakers not long after Wang Zhao's reply.
방금 동전을 자의로 넘긴 후보자가 나왔군요. 그렇습니다. 후보자들은 서로 동전을 약탈하지 않고 교환하는 것이 가능합니다. 이는 포섭의 대가로 쓸 수도 있고 여러 전략적인 작전을 위해 활용할 수도 있을 테죠.
화폐라는 상징을 채택한 이후로는 합당하군.
The host doesn't immediately catch on to what's going on, huh? It took her a moment to react to what Ryoshi was doing in front of that camera, too.
정확한 통찰이십니다, 관리자님. 후보자의 행동에 따라 규칙을 추가로 설명해 주는 것처럼 보이는군요.
관객들에게 행동에 대해 해설하기 위함일 테죠.
역시 이럴 줄 알았어. 반드시 빼앗을 이유는 없었던 거야.
Wang Zhao muttered with some satisfaction once the speakers fell silent again.
이거 그럼 다시 돌려줘야 하나요?
그럴 필요 없어. 정보를 얻는데 도움을 준 값이라고 생각해.
주니까 받긴 하는데 이렇게 미련 없이 줘도 되는 건가요?
목표가 1등이라면 동전 하나에도 일희일비하겠지만 아까 말했다시피 나는 포식자보다는 피식자에 가까워서. 피식자는 말이야, 주위를 잘 관찰해야 해. 그렇게 하다 보면 제일 동전을 많이 모아야 할 사람이 누구인지 알 수 있거든. 그게 나의 전략이야.
오, 그게 우리라는 거야? 동전을 제일 많이 모아야 할 사람이? 지금까지 줄곧 눈총만 봤다가 이런 칭찬을 받으니까 기분이 나쁘진 않은데?
입에 발린 말이다. 저런 고리타분한 유형은 어딜 가나 있는 법이니.
그래도 시작하자마자 4개나 모았어. 이쯤이면 꽤 순조로운 출발 아니야?
I'm just thinking, are you gonna buff us with smoke or are you a poise ID?
이러다가 정말 1등이라도 하는 거 아니려나 모르겠어요.
그래서 어때? 초반에는 정보의 격차가 승부를 가릴 수 있어. 나는 너희의 행동을 통해 탐색을 하고 너희는 정보를 얻는 거지. 적당히 서로 얻을 것만 얻다가 적절한 시기에 헤어지는 거야.
어떻게 하죠? 배신하고 저희 동전을 훔쳐 달아나시기엔 그렇게 민첩해 보이진 않는데요.
I mean, it is like at least 12 against 1. Sinclair asks, giving Wang Zhao a side eye.
무작정 동맹을 맺자는 것도 아니고 잠깐 서로 이득을 취하고 갈 길 가는 건 나쁘지 않은 것 같은데요.
I mean, I was thinking realistically in this situation. I mean, he did give us the coin, and I mean, in this franchise, you have no idea how strong somebody is. You really could still have a single person that could take out all the sinners. Even if and he is aware of the reviving ability, though probably not necessarily the mechanics. I mean, I would give him a chance.
어떻게 하시겠습니까, 관리자님? 계략을 꾸미는 것처럼 보이지는 않습니다만 수적 우세를 앞세워 동전을 더 요구하는 방법도 있을 겁니다.
이미 동전 1개의 이익을 확보하였으니 동인이 부담스럽다면 이대로 지나치는 것이 합리적인 선택이다.
The sinner's arguments all sounded pretty reasonable, so I tried to signal to Honglu, the actual candidate of the family hierarch war, but... Any thoughts on this, Honglu?
어느 쪽이어도 괜찮아 보이는걸요?
His reply is terse, cheery, and thoughtless. It seems to me that he's still unwilling to make a single choice. Let's accept his offer. Otis, please keep an eye out for any signs of betrayal.
맡겨만 주십시오, 관리자님.
잘 부탁드려요, 왕자오 씨.
그래, 잘 부탁한다, 가보. 여전히 대관원의 모든 예쁨은 한 몸에 받고 있나?
Yes?
저 가보기 인사드립니다. 아, 그래. 보기가 왔구나.
Still, was it there? Yeah, when is this? Why is it there ahead of time? I guess this is still inside.
오랜만이구나, 보가.
보가 착한 아이답게 대답을 해야 하지 않겠니? 네. 역시 언제 봐도 어여쁘게 빛나고 있네요. 대관원에 변치 않는 옥이라는 말이 딱이에요. 좋으시겠어요, 가모님.
Unchanging. Hold on, let me. Still as pretty and lustrous as always.
아, 제가 그 가보옥이야? 뭐야, 난 엄청 대단한 애인 줄 알았는데 실제로 보니까 별거 없어 보이는데? 아, 나 엄마한테 제 얘기 들었어. 조용히 해. 함부로 말 걸지 마렴. 나 방금 눈 마주친 것 같아. 그런데 쟤가 왜 그렇게 예쁨을 받는 거야? 몰라. 속에 금이라도 발라뒀나 보지. 좋겠다. 나도 태어나자마자 저렇게 예쁨이나 받고 싶다. 그런데 쟤 표정 왜 저래?
저 아이는 죽을 때까지 근심 하나 없이 평탄히 살겠네요.
그러게요. 부럽긴 하지만 글쎄요. 저 애는 왜 얼굴에 미소 하나 없는지. 너 시계가 가끔 본다는 기억 아냐? 왜
Oh,
우리한테
wow.
그러냐?
Good question. I was also gonna say there's similar moments in the novel. Well, not entirely like that. But one of the parts I found really compelling about Bao Yu is the moments where he is frustrated by sort of the import placed on him because of his jade. 'Cause his jade is external. It's something that is attached to a pendant, so he wears around with it. There's points where he tries to destroy it because he's sort of like frustrated that it's sort of valued over him. Why does the presence of this make him more valuable or more important than anyone else? Huh? You saw that too?
황금가지가 수복되어 가면서 단테가 심상을 들여다볼 수 있는 능력도 조금씩 확장되어 가는 것 같군요.
Sorry, everybody. In subsequent chapters. No privacy. Is it? I'm not so sure myself.
지금은 그런 정도로 충분합니다, 단테. 어쩌면 나중에는 이런 능력들을 자각해서 원하는 형태로 조절할 수 있게 될지도 모르죠.
That's a good point. If it's not just the sinners, but the ability to, like, project it to a certain somebody else feels valuable. Oh, that's part of his introductory scene, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, one of the Yu's like first scene in the novel is him getting mad about the jade and having a tantrum.
이렇게 어린 시절을 여러분께 보여주게 될 줄은 몰랐네요.
If Wang Zhao had also made into the dungeons of the Fathoms along with the rest of us, he must have seen Honglu's past as well.
다들 뭘 그렇게 멍하니 서 있어? 여기서 계속 죽치고 있을 생각은 아니지?
But it seems that the vision was for our eyes only. Like the Honglu we know, the younger version of him did not have even a trace of that familiar smile. His eyes were fixed on the ground in silence, and that was all he did. Oh, we have another one. Okay, yeah, I'm assuming this is for these coins, not our rolled coins. Okay, what do we got? Event. Assume we want to take the event and then up down here. Quarantine is interesting here. Preparation room. He's same. Only 46. We saw it in like Faust trailer. We did see a potential enemy. I mean, Flash. Oh, I keep forgetting that that we're 7. It's like totally it surprised me like how much it's like thrown off my team building sensibilities. But yeah, and the question is, we definitely want Wrath. The question is, how do we get that if we're in the future, if we go to like Rhodia? Where's the Wrath coming from? I wonder if that could be like a Honglu capstone would have Wrath. It would fit, given some of the foreshadowing with him. I think like our wrath options are like both the deviates.
필두 출진.
Oh, okay, sure. Why is this glued to you? Let me just remind myself. Yeah, skill 1, 2, 3. Okay. You're the blunt. I don't think we're really gonna. Maybe skill 3 coming up. I don't think. And then, cause I haven't. Okay.
오지 말랬잖아.
흑수묘 뒷받질 춤.
Already.
시간 끌지 말고.
Oh, I guess there is.
공론 지원한다.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about for boss fights here if I want to stick with like rupture stuff. My worry last time really was. Sure, let's see it. My worry the last fight again is just like the fight will be designed to counter rupture, and I don't really want to like jump into a fight like that. But like who? I mean, K-Core Ponglu wouldn't be doing much on his own, but fine option to just tank. Although we'd have to be careful to not like mess up Talisman. And then there's Fang Hunt, because we can borrow a leveled one. Almost.
한 점만 노린다. 깔끔한 헤드샷. 머리통에 작살났다고.
흑수묘 뒷받질 춤.
This is a dungeon. I will be a little mindful that we're not totally loading. We're balancing our resources a little bit, not totally loading up on gluttony. Preparation room. Now the question, I wonder, I'm worried after, I managed to do pretty okay in like the Canto 7 dungeon. I managed to avoid a lot of the scary gifts, but now I'm scared again. A dilapidated wall blocks our path. There's a device on it with a label that says, pick up your entry cards here. Next to it is a dial of sorts. Looks like they won't let us through so easily. Is anyone particularly good with these devices? I can't seem to figure it out. Oh, I probably should have done another fight first. Interface with the device. Gluttony advantage. Thanks, Honglu, for being familiar. Honglu fiddles with the dial for a bit, and then the loud noise of stone grinding against stone, the device activates. Authorization granted. Printing entry authorization card. The entry card slips out of the machine. This should open up a new path for us. Probably. Or an entry card. Artifact obtained. New path opened up on the
계획을
map.
세워두면 이런 것도 어렵지 않답니다.
Oh, neat. Okay, let's do this one as well.
뒷받질 시간.
You can draft a new room now. Let's just work on like some of the... Make sure we're getting like a variety. I mean, not necessarily there, but definitely want the gloom.
타겟 포착 1시간이면
가치 없고 죽어.
It's nice having the alternate paths again, because we haven't really had that. This doesn't super matter, but
사기 개시.
이제 깨우치시게.
그래서 백형은 대달부적인 순대 받으시다. 침착하게 하늘을
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
I opened up before I started stream. I did open up the wrong notes. I grabbed the notes called BP because I was just thinking, oh, battle pass. I was like, wait, blueprints. Preparation. I think we're okay. Sticking with this for now. But we can change a certain rumor. Change if we need it. We traversed down the hallway Honglu found, walking in awkward, depressed silence. Until Wang Zhao broke it.
그러고 보니 그 소문은 정말인가?
I mean, we can't guarantee you're an ID until, like... I imagine we see you... Maybe if you become, like, an ally unit. But, like, just that... This design... He has the weapon. Like, I already want it as a unit. I'm assuming this was like Smoke and Poise, or some version of Smoke. Who needs a Poise ID at this point? Poise is pretty well-rounded. I was gonna say, I was talking about Faust getting another Poise ID, but I think we're covered. I think she's covered.
어떤 소문을 말하는 건가요?
가시춘이 가지고 있던 흑수를 잃었다는 건가요?
What was their Heisho pack?
뭐? 혹시 알아? 가치 있는 정보를 제공해주면 동전을 더 넘겨줄지.
Wang Zhao suggested, gesturing broadly at the coins dangling from himself.
안타깝게도 시춘이와는 호원에 온 뒤로 연이 끊겨서요. 자세한 건 저도 알 수가 없네요.
그래, 뭐 두고 보면 알게 되겠지. 알다시피 흑수를 잃었다는 건 사지 중에 하나가 날아간 것보다 더 큰 손해니까. 만약 소문이 사실이라면 지금쯤 꽤나 고생하고 있겠네.
가시춘 씨, 잘 버티고 있으려나요?
언제나 그랬듯 괜찮을 거예요. 씩씩한 아이니까.
Somehow Honglu ended up comforting Sinclair as we continued down the hallway, chatting. We eventually found ourselves before a shut gate.
들어가 보죠.
Yeah, what do we have? On entry, you'll no longer be able to travel to other nodes in the dungeon. Honglu will fully heal HP and their SP set to 0. You sure you want to proceed? That's ominous. I mean, it simply means we can't go back, but... I assume if we wanted to, reset to change units, I want to assume. Oh, here we go. Shift family. These are ones I thought might have been... I'm surprised we can just look at them. 500's not huge. Whoa, something? What does this mean? Well, we can look at this in the fight. So yeah, it does want slash. I think we'll... Let's... How do we want to do this? Start with Rhodia, then... Definitely fixed. Sure.
숨어들기 나쁘지 않군 그래. 여긴 실험실이었던 것 같네.
Hi, Evie. Sometimes I wanna, as always, I wanna say don't stay up for my sake, but sometimes you can't sleep. Although that's not great. Sif family, because we saw those enemies and because we were sort of primed to think they could be thumb, but they were wielding axes. I mean, they could be like ruby weapon. Maybe the other branches of the thumb are like ruby. You know, and they all transform into guns.
남아있는 건 없군. 얄팍한 비내음조차도 숨어있는 쥐새끼는 있지만.
쥐새끼라니.
The cool hair streak. Unfortunately, that outfit design.
말 조심해라. 너희는 누구지?
I don't think your sprite is. This is the scene kid, the candidate. I was gonna say. Your face looks nice, but I don't think your design is detailed enough to live. Unfortunately.
다른 후보자예요.
안녕하세요. 가시 가문의 보옥이랍니다.
Honglu extended a placid greeting.
가복. 12를 데리고 다닌다더니 왕가놈도 있잖아. 너 벌써부터 동맹을 맺은 거냐? 가복 주제? 아, 동맹은 아니랍니다.
뭐라 말해도 저쪽은 안 믿을 눈치인데?
저분은 누구신가요?
그러니까요.
Sorry.
사시 가문 분이신데
There was an awkward silence.
우와. 아, 고맙습니다. 와.
Something.
그래, 거의 다 왔어. 거기에 이제
지금 둘이 뭐예요?
진작. 아무렴 어때? 참가자들이 모두 공평하게 동전을 가지고 있다면 너 같은 놈의 동전을 빨리 빼앗아야 높은 순위를 차지할 수 있겠지.
Why? Given Honglu's reputation, I'm surprised we're seen as weaker.
대체 무슨 배짱으로 난데없이 가주대전에 참가한다고 했는지는 모르겠지만 말이다. 대간원에만 처박혀 있다가 한량처럼 돌아다닌다던데 바깥에서 돌아보던 것으론 무료함이 채워지지 않았나 보지?
I mean, I guess if the assumption is he's a sheltered rich boy.
다행히도 심심할 겨를은 없었어요. 밖에는 신기한 것들이 참 많더라고요. 세상에는 지붕이 없는 방에서도 주무시는 분이 있다는 걸 아셨나요? 이게 누굴 놀리나? 반드시 탈락시키고야 말겠어.
인기가 많네, 가보옥 도련님.
Oh no! Oh no, that's what that meant. Yeah, these are the ones I think people were assuming were thumb. They do have those like little pins. That makes sense. I was wondering about the weapons. But I guess this is the Sorry, I'm just laughing to myself. This is the second time that we have units that we think are thumb that aren't. Okay, let's take a look at heavy, veteran Sith. Let's just take a look at you. Charge and rupture, charge axe style. I think his sprite looks quite nice. He has eyes, unlike these guys. Charge count, charge, rupture, charge. Consume 5 charge, gain coin power, max 2. 5 charge, inflict 1 more rupture, inflict rupture count. Charge rupture enemy, what is this, W Corp? 4 rupture, 3 rupture for every 5 charge count consumed on you. So that's not bad. Charge, axe style, rhythm. 5 plus charge count, inflict 2 rupture. Rival candidate, deal 10% damage against Honglu, deal 5% more damage every 6 rupture, max 10. Shift family charge circuitry. Gain 1 charge every time. This unit consumes 10 cumulative charge count. This encounter at turn end, plus 2 charge, gain 1 clash power up. Overload. 3 plus charge. 3 defense level down, 1 damage up. Charge circuitry counter. Look at that. Clash against targets with rupture, gain plus 3 charge count and 1 fragile. Okay. So that's swift. Are the others different? Doesn't look like much. Is the W Core Express bulk gak? I believe so. I wonder, could a cassette ID, also is this, maybe I'll turn this down a tiny bit. Oh, now I got that chart, chat back. You think we get a cassette ID? Overload, that's veteran heavy. You're countering, we can ignore you. Passives, 10%. Severe overload. Oh, okay. Do want to be careful. Cassetti Sinclair. I mean, I was wondering if Merceau needs a better bleed ID. Although there's... I have to say, Cassetti's voice acting is one of the things I've been looking forward to the most. Let's see... Cassetti Don Quixote. There is certainly options for your... How do you... Oh, you're not fast enough here. You have 2 coins. Go for it. And then... You're using a slash. Actually, go for it, Honglu. Mare needs an ID in general. You could use something better, particularly given... Sorry, just checking. Given the state of... Who's on that one? Oh, we could jump into soda. The sight of him would bleed. Well, Greg. Okay, good thing. That's normal. Everyone's. Oh, look at that. Charge blade crushing. We don't have men. Nobody's great at dodging here. Let's. Where's 237? Rather wait for Faust before we jump into that. Rhodia, you're going to back up anyway. Why are all of you? No, let's... yeah.
길 좀 막지 마.
There we go.
거쳤군. 죽어.
Nice job, Honglu. Oh yeah, just thinking about warp Bokak. Because it could work out that we just end up with like warp IDs. I think we have enough dimension shredders for the moment. Now you got another one. Actually, I didn't got to read that. Using 5 charge, gain coin power +1, 5, inflict more, gain like 3 plus rupture. Pretty cool. Clash lose, deal minus 75% damage. Damage outplay skill cannot stagger. One hit without cracking, lots of rupture. Inflict gluttony damage equal to rupture. Inflict +2 rupture count for every charge. Try and get you before that. Yes, that'll come before, and then we will handle that one. We can take it.
불가 위야 막아내지 못하니.
That stagger.
그 삶의 마침표를 마무리를.
A Heathcliff. I know we're not keeping the rupture stack up, but it's just having fun. I mean, could still throw in another one if we wanted to. Struggling. we want to do some unopposed stuff. Yeet. Let's start a stack at the end if we wanted to. He's so cool. You think we're actually killing this guy? Hard to know. I can imagine we take the coin. Or this could be the opportunity for us to take the coins and then he'll just explode.
배달을 즉시 수행하여 귀하의 목숨을 보장하십시오.
Doing opposed here. Take out that one. Yeah, it doesn't super matter.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
Staying around. It did not explode in fight. That's good sign for him.
자, 있는 동전들을 남김없이 내놓도록. 남김없이 라고 하기에도 얼마 안 되는 개수일 테지만.
I mean, how's this gonna play out? Like horrible bolus reaction, explosion, melting. It could be anything.
하지만 이걸 다 빼앗기면 바로 탈락인데.
Oh, we did a number on him.
그래, 마침 잘 되었군. 이곳의 탈락자들은 즉결 처형인가?
그런 규칙은 없었어.
자, 몇몇 후보자들이 드디어 뜨거운 만남을 가지게 되었습니다. 이번 대전의 핵심은 제한 시간 내에 최대한 많은 동전을 모으는 것이죠. 후보자 간의 협력이나 포석도 좋지만 원만한 대화가 이루어지지 않을 때는 무력이 좋은 답이 되어질 겁니다. 그래도 안심하세요. 동전을 모두 빼앗긴 후보자는 건물 곳곳에 숨어있는 홍원의 그림자들이 대장을 도와줄 테니까요.
Are we sure?
반항은 하지 않는 걸 추천드립니다. 말보다는 행동이 빠르신 분들이라고 들었거든요.
흑수를 배치한 모양이군요.
그 땅이 어딨어?
물론 동전뿐만 아니라 목숨까지 빼앗기셨다면 시체의 퇴장을 도와드리게 되겠지만요.
그렇다는군. 시체로 퇴장하길 바라나? 아니면 그 몸뚱아리라도 건사하는 걸 원하나?
전부 드리겠습니다.
자, 사씨 가문의 후보자 한 분이 탈락했습니다. 박력 있는 상대 세가의 기세에 짓눌렸군요.
What an overwhelmingly dominating display of charisma.
탈락자는 복도로 나가 무기를 버리고 대기하시면 됩니다. 탈락한 후보자는 가주 심사에 대한 모든 기회와 권한을 박탈당하며
기억났어요. 사화정이라는 분이셨네요.
그럼 우리 벌써 동전 7개나 모은 거야? 나쁘지 않은 수학인데? 얼른 끝내고 이 기분 나쁜 공간에서 나가면 좋겠다.
Lucky number 7?
사방에 음울함이 짙게 깔려 있어. 이는 모종의 실험실을 꾸민 것으로 보이오만.
Sung's eyes scan over the various machines that are messily strewn about the room.
공씨 가문의 실험실이었겠지.
큰 말 봤어. 금기를 어겼는지 가문 자체가 멸망했다던데.
홍루 씨의 말이나 공씨 가문에 대해 들려오는 걸 보면 정말로 다 죽은 것 같았죠.
가씨 가문이 지금처럼 대단한 위세를 가지기 전의 일이었지. 그때의 공씨가는 실로 대단한 가문이었는데 획기적이면서도 참신한 능력을 지닌 환을 끊임없이 만들어내는 것은 쉬운 일이 아니었을 텐데 그들은 그걸 해냈거든. 공씨 가문이 홍원을 넘어 도시의 이바지한 공이 대단했기 때문에 다른 가문들은 그저 우러러 볼 수밖에 없을 정도로 까마득한 격차가 있었지.
네, 다양한 연구를 많이 해왔다고 들었어요.
뭐 비록 끝은 좋지 않았지만 말이야.
그럼 어떤 종류의 실험을 했는지도 전혀 남아있지 않다는 건가요?
그렇지. 이 도시에 있는 관련 자료들은 전부 소실, 실험의 정보가 담겨 있는 거라면
Sorry.
새로움을 추구하다 욕심이 과해졌을 수도 있겠구려. 연구자들에겐 흔하다면 흔한 일이지 않은가.
홍원의 명망 높은 가문 사람들은 한동안 이 건물이 있는 쪽으로는 고개도 돌리지 않았어. 불경스럽다고 말이지. 그때 당시에 난 어려서 어른들께 전해 들었을 뿐이지만 말이야.
Pretty young, so it was within a reasonable time frame. I mean, of course, we don't know how old anybody is, but
홍무군은 그때를 기억하시는가? 저도 10살 남짓했던 나이였기에 또렷하진 않지만 네, 기억하고 있답니다. 욕심이 감당할 수 없이 무거워져 공가의 하늘이 무너지고 땅이 꺼진 날. 하지만 결국 우리도 언젠가는 종이장처럼 사라질 것에 불과할 테니 그래서 무엇이든 과하지 않도록 비워내는 것이 중요한가 봐요.
Anglu spoke so calmly and clinically about the day when countless lives were lost.
오늘도 공씨 가문과 홍원의 무한한 번영을 위해서 오신 모든 감사합니다.
Hello. This must be a recording from before the Kong family's complete annihilation.
언제나 그랬듯 이번의 실험도 성공하여 홍원의 모두가 영원한 삶에 가까워질 수 있도록 반드시 해낼 수 있으니 모든 실험 관계자분은 최선을 다해 임해주시길 바랍니다.
Oh. I see the look with like sort of all the fiber. I don't know if those are veins or like fibers, but something about that look of the body is extra unsettling to me.
알겠는가? 이전 환이 제대로 효과를 보이지 않았던 것은 조합의 순서가 어긋나기 때문이네.
Order formulation that diminished the efficacy of your previous bolus.
가령 불의 성질을 가진 홍하와 물의 성질을 가진 하수는 원래 상극이라 그냥 섞으면 반발 작용이 일어나지. 이러면 공시가에선 어떻게 하겠나?
쇠의 기운을 가진 황금이나 백자객을 중간에 넣으면 재료의 기운이 서로 상생하여 조합이 가능해질 것이오.
Yujin. Use white peony or gold in between the addition of either ingredients so that they may coexist. There's in one of the books I read on top of Dream of the Red Chamber. I think it was approaches to teaching Dream of the Red Chamber. The citation is in my video. There's a whole chapter dedicated to like how both an explanation of Chinese medicine, but also the sort of influence on the story, because there's there's many chapters where like a doctor is brought in. There's like sort of discussions of treatments. That was my favorite chapters to learn about.
그래, 기본적인 환의 조합 방식이지. 하지만 사실 우리가 사용하는 재료들은 단순히 오행팔계만을 따르는 게 아니라네. 오행을 맞췄다 해도 60갑자의 성질을 가진 재료들은 실상 다른 효능을 가지더군. 하물며 시간과 공간에 따라 음양의 이치가 바뀌니 같은 조합법이라도 몇 시, 몇 분, 몇 초에 만들어졌는가에 따라 환의 특성과 질에 영향을 주지.
Space-time itself is a variable. It modifies the laws.
그래서 저희 가문이 과거에 만든 조합법을 그대로 따랐는데도 효과가 다른 환이 제조되곤 했던 거군요.
조합된 환을 어디에 보관하고 언제 응달에서 꺼낼지에 따라서도 변하는 법일세. 한약사라면 항상 재료 사이의 조화와 반발을 통찰해야 한다는 점 유의하시게.
언제나처럼 환에 있어서는 전문성이 남다르군. 든든하오. 배합을 이런 식으로 시도해볼 생각을 가지는 건 역시 그대밖에는 없을 걸세.
부작용을 극복할 만한 해결법이 몇 달째 마땅치 않았는데 이리도 간단하게 풀어버리시다니요. 저희가 도리어 면목이 없어요.
그대들의 아량이 깊고 넓은 덕에 이리 돌려받는 것이지.
가모님의 능력과 수완이 좋은 덕택이죠. 오직 실력과 해안만으로 이 자리까지 온 것을 많은 사람들이 두고두고 우러러보아야 한다고 생각합니다. 그래야지 가모님을 통해 모두가 희망을 가지고 살아가지 않겠나요?
옳은 말이지. 입지가 얄팍해졌던 사시가에서 마땅한 세가도 없이 가주 자리를 차지하리라곤 누구도 상상하지 못한 일 아니었겠는가.
아, 그렇게 생각하진 않았답니다. 혹시 제 말에 기분이 상하신 거라면.
아닐세. 틀린 거 하나 없이 옳은 말이었으니 공씨 가문의 도량이 깊은 덕분인 것 누구보다 내 잘 아네. 자네들이 마음만 먹었다면 내가 가주 자리에 앉기 전부터 쉽사리 밀어낼 수 있었다는 걸 알아.
I like that they brought up that Jiangwu, she's originally from the Xie family.
공가의 입지를 더 돈독히 다지고 싶었다면 충분히 그랬을 걸세.
오히려 우리는 가주 대전에 예상치 못한 결과에 감복하였소. 그 공정하지 않았을 환경에서 지혜로운 전략을 세워 1등을 쟁취하였으니 더불어 이번에도 우리를 물심양면으로 도와주어 고마운 마음이 크네.
그런 말 마시게. 나야말로 이 변변치 못한 재주나마 나눌 수 있어서 다행이지. 홍원의 무궁한 번영을 바라는 건 이곳의 모두가 매 한 가지 아닌가.
할머니, 이번에도 새로운 환을 만드는 건가요?
They're enjoying the shaky cam.
그래, 보가. 받은 업을 갚아야 하니 말이다.
저도 계속 같이 와야 하는 거예요? 할머니랑?
그래, 이건 네가 앞으로 계속 지켜봐야 완성되는 절경일 테니.
폭록은 이곳에 꾸준하게 걸음했던 것인가?
네. 할머니가 제 손을 이끌고 이곳으로 놀러 오게 하셨거든요.
The play.
너희가 잠깐 멍 때리는 동안 내가 또 다시 생각을 해봤는데 말이야.
I'd like to. I'm glad that we know what it looks like. To everyone else.
꽤 흥미로운 상상을 떠올렸어. 제한 시간이 끝났을 때 순위를 결정짓는 게 이 가주 선발 2차전의 핵심이니 분명 이렇게 생각하는 후보자도 있을 거야. 적당한 양의 동전만 모은 후에 같은 장소에서 가만히 숨어 있으면 꽤 높은 순위를 노려볼 수 있는 게 아닌가 하고.
Yeah.
불안한 요소는 많지만 전투에 자신 없는 후보자들에겐 유효한 전략이겠군.
그러니까 말이야.
Yeah, was Hong Ling's eye supposed to capture the process used for the bull's creation here? If could his eye capture taboo?
하지만 기껏 관객들을 불러 모아 중계까지 하고 있는데 그런 후보자들만 있으면 보는 사람들이 턱 재미없지 않을까?
We're gonna like shrink the arena.
아마 분명
I sensed a very subtle vibration the moment we walked out of the lab and into the hallways. Wang Zhao must have felt it too. He stopped in his tracks and looked around.
무슨 소리 안 들려?
자, 그럼 동행은 여기까지로. 잠깐뿐이지만 즐거운 대화였어, 가보.
Hello?
하지만 이곳에서 동전을 가장 많이 가져야 할 사람은 아닌 것 같아.
What?
대전이 끝났을 때 서로 원하는 걸 얻을 수 있기를.
애초부터 중도까지만 함께할 자이긴 했지만
좀 갑작스럽긴 하네요. 그래도 뒤에서 칼로 찌르는 것보단 낫긴 하죠.
Would be nice.
이대로 헤어져도 괜찮은 걸까요?
저자를 신경 쓸 시간은 없을 것 같군요.
Did it? Hopefully, he didn't just steal the coins.
전원 3시 방향으로 전력 질주한다.
Go, go, go!
어? 뭔데? 이유는 알려주고 뛰라고 시켜야지.
앞을 봐라. 바닥에서 깃터 벽에 올라오고 있다.
That's when the host's cheerful voice began booming from the speakers, excitedly explaining the situation.
자, 이쯤에서 새로운 규칙입니다. 후보자들이 너무 신중하게 움직여서 지루하셨을 관객분들을 위해 지금부터 일정 시간마다 후보자들이 머물 수 있는 공간이 계속 줄어들어갑니다.
Walls are gonna start closing off rooms and calling our candidates every set interval, shrinking the arena. If everyone just hid and might stall the event for a fortnight. I see what you did there.
혹시라도 줄어든 공간에 들어가지 못하고 바깥에서 벽에 막혔다면 당연히 실격입니다.
I was gonna say, even it's fortnight time. Even I mean, I feel like this happens in the Hunger Games too. Even I know what happens in Hunger Games. In Fortnite.
역시
I saw the lawsuit quotes. I think it was the Apple Fortnite, the Apple Epic, where they talked about Healy the Fortnite banana.
아, 지금 후보자분들이 혼비백산하고 계시는군요. 괜히 무리하다가 벽에 끼어 돌아가시면 청소가 어려워지니 빨리빨리 행동하시는 게 좋겠네요.
Oh, that host. What a jokester. We began sprinting full speed to where the walls were starting to rise from the floor, the host snidely chipper tone taunting us the whole time.
아이고, 간발의 차로 넘어져서 벽을 넘지 못한 후보자도 있군요. 아이쿠, 새가들이 뿔뿔이 흩어지는 바람에 혼자 남겨진 후보자도 보입니다. 어? 아이, 동전은 안 흘리게 잘 간수하셔야죠.
Her clan. What's our bet that Shichun? Okay, let's keep going for a little bit more. 7 coins. Oh, I guess that makes sense why we can't go back. Second temporary alliance. Oh, no worries, EB. I was expecting that.
내가 여기 떠나기 전에 저놈 면상은 꼭 후려치고 만다.
Oh man, I really should have done some cardio with you guys. My legs are screaming at me to take a seat and rest, but we simply did not have the time to sit still. We got no choice but to keep on running. I'm sure Merso could carry us if we needed. Or Rhodia.
홍무군. 어린아이의 시선에서 과거의 이곳은 그다지 흥미로운 장소는 아니었을 것 같소만 무료하지는 않았는가?
할머니는 환에 있어서 정말 많은 것을 알고 계시는 분이었어요. 이곳을 쉴 새 없이 진두지휘하면서 연구원분들께 지시를 내리셨죠. 그래서 보고 있기에 무료하진 않았던 것 같아요. 그리고
홍무군?
떠올려보니 할머니가 이곳으로 가자는 말씀을 하셨을 때마다 조금은 반가운 마음이 들었던 것 같네요.
왜요?
그건
That's when Otis suddenly came to a stop, raised her fist, and motioned in a way that caught everyone's attention. She had been walking ahead in the vanguard.
다들 멈춰봐. 앞에 뭐가 있나 본데?
한 명인 것 같다. 세가에서 떨어져 나간 후보자면 좋겠군. 혼자라면 손쉽게 동전을 얻어낼 수 있을 테니.
Otis muttered with a bit of anticipation. It really seemed like she was in her element here.
괜찮아요, 오티스 씨. 저와 안면이 있는 분이시네요.
However, contrary to Otis's wishes, she was not one of the candidates. Wondering, there's only so many choices.
설씨가의 호위를 한다는 자였던가.
대호, 왜 혼자 이곳에 남겨져 있어?
Glad we get Dayu back sooner rather than later.
신기하네. 방금까지 네 생각을 잠깐 하고 있었거든.
오라버니?
For the briefest moment, Dayu's eyes looked at Honglu with disbelief before hardening into a stern expression.
제가 그대들의 경기를 산 모양이군요. 실례했습니다. 벽이 갑자기 나타나서 아니, 제 부주의로 인해 세가와 떨어지게 되었습니다.
그럼 세가 사람들이나 따르던 후보자가 어디 있는지도 모르는 건가요?
예.
하지만 여기에 있다가 다른 후보자들을 마주치기라도 하면
비록 세가의 일원에 불과하더라도 제거하려 하겠죠. 그 편이 앞날을 위해 이로울 테니.
대호, 그럼 이곳에서 계속 네가 따르는 자를 기다리려고 한 거니?
네. 저도 모르게 믿고 싶었나 봅니다. 잃어버린 자리에서 가만히 기다리고 있으면 언젠가는 되돌아올 거라고.
Oh, Dayu.
그럴 리 없지. 공간은 점점 줄어들고 있고 고작 한 명을 찾기 위해 위험을 무릅쓰고 다시 돌아오진 않을 테니.
Some tact, please, Otis.
그렇군요. 맞는 말씀입니다.
The air between us had become palpably awkward with impressive rapidity.
오라버니는 다른 후보자보다 조금 더 유리할 수도 있었겠군요. 이 장소가 누구보다 익숙할 테니까요. 그렇지 않습니까? 예전에도 지금처럼 끝까지 아무것도 말해주지 않으셨죠. 공멸일 이후 오라버니를 모셔야 했던 그 긴 세월 동안에도.
It's in your service. Wondering how the family tree works out here. Because she's also in the book. She's also Diamu's granddaughter. But it seems like we're not necessarily going in. I mean, there's many reasons why we could be avoiding that here. But I was very interested in this idea of her being like in the service of the family. I can't remember how much I talked about because I was talking to someone on Twitter about it. How I do quite like this change up. How it's sort of a different way of dealing with Dayu's sort of like isolation and loneliness, and feeling like an outsider to the family. And it tracks for me that she'd end up as a sort of means of survival, trying to ally herself with people.
보고라버니 여기로 와.
Oh, Kong family.
아휴, 오늘도 왜 이렇게 울상이야? 오늘은 오라버니가 좋아하는 놀이를 하기로 했잖아. 아니면 오라버니한테 또 못되게 구는 사람들이 있어? 내가 어제 선생님께 새로운 무술을 배웠는데 그걸로... 아니야, 괜찮아, 대호. 다들 나한테 왜 그런 말을 하는지는 아직도 모르겠지만 그래도 언젠가는 사이가 좋아질 수도 있을 거야. 보옥도련님, 혹시 가무님이 어디 계신지 아시나요? 실험실에 조금 더 있다가 오신다고 했어요. 어쩌지? 가무님께 드릴 말씀이 있는데 조금 급한 거라.
I mean, we've talked about that day. I guess it would make sense if that day was the day that all this fell apart.
이 몸을 지속시킬 환이 더 필요한데 가모님이 계속 답이 없으셔서 아무래도 직접 찾아뵙고 말을...
That's my face too. Hello. Remember when we thought Roland was a claw? The times.
괜찮으세요?
I would probably not.
오라버니, 내 뒤에 숨어.
Toy Story Aliens, the claw. That is the chat.
이 사람 홍원의 사람이 아니야.
Oh.
자신의 복제 몸을 폐기하지 않은 지 일주일이 넘어갔구나.
Oh.
어리석기는. 뇌까지 복제한 몸은 반드시 일주일 안에 하나만 남도록 폐기해야 한다고 당부를 거듭했거늘.
Didn't think they could just I mean, I assume they'd like send like taboo hunters or something, not necessarily a claw for if it's just one they arrive so casually, I know. I mean, there was always that joke that they would send the claw after like tax evaders, but I guess that's the headache of that woman in particular. I guess we really do gotta pay our taxes.
어떤 병도 없는 몸과 깨끗한 정신으로 사는 것을 기어코 멈추지 못하였구나.
할머니, 이분은 어떡해요?
머리는 금기를 어긴 자를 절대로 살려두지 않아. 그들이 무서운 이유는 모든 것을 지켜보고 언제 어디서든 나타나기 때문이란다. 밥을 먹다가 잠에 든 순간에도 혼인을 치르는 중에도 금기를 어겼다면 그들은 맥락을 신경 쓰지 않고 찾아와 형을 집행하지. 마치 그러한 자연 현상이 있는 것처럼 말이야.
Executors of the natural law. That wording. That's very interesting wording.
이만 가자꾸나, 오가.
오라버니, 함부로 만지지 마. 이미 숨을 쉬지 않는 것 같아. 그래도 이렇게 눈을 떼고 있는데
눈은 감았으면 좋겠어. 마지막까지 아무도 남지 않은 이 장소만 바라보는 건 슬프잖아. 오라버니, 이곳에 내일도 오고 모레도 와. 어차피 할머니가 매일 나를 데려올 거야. 굳이 바라지 않아도 그렇게 될 텐데 왜 그런 말을 하는 거야, 대호? 왜냐하면 오라버니를 보고 있으면 꼭 금방이라도 세상을 떠나버릴 것 같은 표정이란 말이야. 알았지? 나 혼자 이곳에 남겨두면 안 되는 거야?
Ouch.
나도 이곳이 무섭고 막막해. 그래도 오라버니와 연머리를 할 생각을 하면 그래도
Flying kites, that happens in the book.
조금은 괜찮아질 수 있단 말이야.
Some of the characters are associated, I guess, different symbolism. One of them is specifically tied to kites, kite imagery.
제적일이구나.
제적일의 날은 싫어요. 종소리도 듣기 싫고요.
보호가 우리는 제적일과는 무관하단다. 대관원에서는 방이 넓어지면 넓어질 뿐 저들처럼 좁아질 일은 없어.
I want to see that again. Think about playing with you, flying kites with you. I like that also because, like, at that with the kites and like the kite flying scene symbolizes this sort of like going someplace far away. Because one of the characters like lets go of the they all let go of the kites. That's the point. And they all let them drift away. So it ends up sort of symbolizing that drift.
할머니, 언젠간 대관원이 바뀔 수도 있을까요?
무슨 연유로 그런 이야기를 하는 것이냐?
왜냐하면 저는 이 대관원이 괜찮아요? 잠깐 멈춰주세요. 이 사람을 붙잡아주세요. 이러다가 떨어지겠어요.
예? 저자는 이미 글렀습니다, 도련님. 저희가 도와드린다고 해도 소용이...
저렇게 고통스러워하고 있는데 어떻게 지나쳐요? 도와주세요. 제발요.
보호가 너는 저들을 모두 구할 수 없을 거란다.
Yeah, this kind of tracks with the book.
그럴 땐 어설프게 구하지 않는 편이 이롭지.
To try it all.
알아요. 모두를 구할 순 없겠죠. 그래도 저렇게 제 눈앞에서 떨어지고 있는 사람만이라도.
지난 제적일 때도 너는 이곳을 곧바로 지나치지 못하더구나. 그리해서 네 행동으로 목숨을 구한 이가 있었느냐?
아니요. 그래도요, 할머니. 그래도요.
그러거라. 깨닫는 편이 이를수록 좋을 테니.
Oh, hello. He always like has the big veins on his hand. It just makes you think he's like constantly barely keeping it together.
왜 그러니 보호가?
잘못 봤나 봐요. 눈이 마주친 것 같았는데.
I like his look with the hair down. Is his like little icon there? Oh, okay, yeah, even different icon there, or different in the icon. Once the memory faded, Lin Dayu stumbled before leaning on a wall. Were you a part of this too?
뭐예요? 어째서 다시 보고 싶지 않았던 옛날 장면들이.
Wait, she saw that too?
방금 우리가 본 걸 너도 본 거야? 당신들 무슨...
단테, 좀 전에 이야기했던 능력의 확장에 이런 것도 포함되었을지도 모르겠군요.
So does that mean I can show our sinners past to non-sinners too? And it's totally out of my control? That's such an interesting development. I mean, both like to show people who don't want to see it. I can totally see this like backfiring in like later cantos. Like showing Ryoshu's past, who, I mean, nobody wants to show their most vulnerable parts, but to everyone else, but Ryoshu in particular. Like, it could be used to like give the enemy information that we really should not be doing.
가능성을 완전히 부정할 수는 없지만 그렇게 완전한 무작위로 작동하지는 않을 테죠. 조건이 있을 겁니다.
It must be a condition that must first be met.
기준이 뭘까요? 아까 왕자우라는 분은 아무 반응도 없었는데.
해볼 수 있는 추측은 감정의 고조와의 연관성, 수감자들에게 발현되던 능력도 평온한 상태에서 이루어지진 않았다고 보입니다.
Emotion, we gotta raise the emotion level.
그렇다면 수감자의 감정이 고조되는데 영향을 끼칠 정도로 강렬한 기억, 그 안의 인물이라면 공명 반응을 이끌어낼 수 있을 테죠.
황루?
대호, 네가 그리 말했는데도 결국 너를 대관원에 혼자 남겨두게 되었네. 그러니까 너의 원망은 정당해.
제가 듣고 싶은 건 그런 말이 아닌 거 아시지 않습니까, 오라버니? 그날 이곳에서 무슨 일이 있었는지 조금도 이야기하지 않고 그저 웃기만 하셨죠. 지금처럼요.
Honglu's only solace in those unwilling visits to the laboratory was that he got to spend time with Lin Dayu.
그날 이후 대부분의 시간을 대관원에만 틀어박혀서 바깥에 나오지도 않고 제 물음은 핑계 좋은 웃음만 지으면서 얼버무리고 그러다가 돌연히 대관원을 떠난다 하셨죠. 공멸일의 사건으로 소중한 사람들을 잃은 건 오라버니뿐만이 아니었는데 아니 애초에 오라버니가 진짜
I want to hear the rest of that line. I like this track for this part.
아니 애초에 오라버니가 진정으로 소중히 여기는 사람이 있기는 하셨나요?
There was a silence. Her questions were sharp and thorned, but Honglu made no attempts at making excuses or denying her accusations.
맞아, 대호. 나보다는 네가 겪은 아픔이 훨씬 더 클 거야. 헤아릴 수 없을 만큼. 하지만 설사 네가 모든 걸 알게 된다고 한들 그 지식이 네 아픔에 무엇을 해줄 수 있을까? 괴로움도 즐거움도 전부 찰나에 불과한 거야. 그저 흘러갈 뿐이었으니 흘러간 걸 잡으려 해도 잡을 수 없어 마음만 괴로워질 뿐이겠지.
알고 있어요. 하지만 제가 무엇보다 견딜 수 없었던 건 무엇이 오라버니를 죄송합니다. 다소 감정이 격해졌군요. 주인도 아닌 다른 후보자에게 이런 감정을 드러내는 건 옳지 않은 일이었습니다. 무례를 용서하세요, 오라버니.
그 중요한 이야기 중에 미안한데 슬슬 자리를 옮겨야 할 것 같지 않아?
I think we should probably get moving.
꽤 많은 시간이 지체되었습니다. 머지않아 이곳에도 벽이 올라올 테죠.
대호, 네가 괜찮다면 우리랑 같이 움직이겠어? 보차 노이를 만날 때까지만이라도.
I really like this track. This sort of like, I think this is sort of the best track. It's sort of the like discordant sounds. It's sort of good at showing like how disconcerting Honglu can be.
그건 연민을 적선하시는 건가요, 오라버니?
아니, 혼자서 이곳은 위험하니까.
오라버니와 함께 다닌다면 아까와 같은 기이한 환영을 다시 볼 수 있는 건가요?
글쎄. 그건 내가 아니라 관리자님의 힘이라서. 네가 계속 보는 걸 권하고 싶진 않지만 말리진 않을 거야.
그럼 실례하겠습니다. 동행에 폐가 되진 않도록 노력하겠습니다.
Can you be an ally unit? I want to see. Okay, we can execution room. Oh dear. I think we're okay sticking with this for the bit. Yeah, let's do some Chamber of the Condemned. I want to do a little bit more, then we'll finish up until tomorrow, cause I'm curious about these. Unless these are more. Got some here. Let's swap. Oh, Sola Slacker, thank you. Have a lovely night. Bring you back in.
이 경로는 숨어들기 나쁘지 않고.
I have to say, this is sort of what I've wanted from Honglu's arc at this point.
눈이 보이는데 들어가 보는 편이 좋으려나요?
Yeah, what should we do?
네가 결정하던가. 반장이라면서.
Heathcliff replied nonchalantly.
뭐 그럼 들어가 보죠.
Oh. Nope. Is the stream ending? Oh, not yet, not yet. We'll do a bit more.
그래, 자연스러웠어, 이수. 이대로 그냥 아무 일도 없다는 듯이 돌아서서 가는 거야.
어떻게 된 거냐?
아니, 저는 이럴 줄 몰랐죠.
Does that mean that we can just move on like nothing happened? Or is it a case of no backsies? That's when the host's voice, after a long silence, suddenly began buzzing again.
이런! 한 후보자와 그 세가가 수수께끼의 방문을 열었지만 속전속결로 닫아버리는군요. 민망할까봐 실명은 언급하지 않겠으나 제거의 기회를 드리겠습니다.
I'll give you guys a chance to rectify that. Monty Hall Python, we change?
관리자 나리! 이럴 시간이 없지 않은가? 이대로 있다간 사람들에게 민첩한 겁쟁이로 보이고 말 거라네!
Don Quixote ran up to the door and began bouncing up and down with genuine panic. We did see something pretty ugly looking in there, but it wasn't an abnormality or a distortion. I didn't feel anything like it around here either. I assume this is like bolus experiments.
그건 더 문을 열기 싫어지는 발언인데.
Seeing as we already saw Shiren with the plant arm, that's what I was hiding. I wanted to see if Oh, we just saw also at hooves.
조롱하는 말밖에 안 하는 것처럼 들려도 사회자가 하는 말에는 항상 정보가 있었어요. 들어가죠. 무엇인지 왜 여기에 저런 게 있는지는 직접 맞닥뜨려야 알 수 있을 테니까.
Ishmael, now motivated to make up for her earlier blunder, confidently opened up the door.
저거 세목에 우리가 받은 것과 동일한 모양의 동전이 걸려 있다.
Huh. Another demonstration of Merceau's impeccable observation skills.
정말이네요. 왜 목에 동전이?
그렇다면 정황상 저 괴물을 잡으면 저 동전을 얻을 수 있다는 거겠지?
오로지 참회를 바랍니다. 영원히 참회를 합니다. 오로지 참회를 바랍니다. 영원히 참회를 합니다.
The thing endlessly repeats an unknowable mantra. It sounded at once desperate and hopeless.
확실히 이형의 존재들은 아니네요.
네, 방금까지 단테 씨가 말한 거잖아요.
I don't think that's quite what he meant. Honglu began as though you recognized them.
저분들은 사람이에요. 홍원의 죄인들이죠.
Chamber of the Condemned. The condemned howled madly as they charged us. Hello. Impaled failure. Are they any of them different? Look at our gluttony compared to everything else. Collide, rupture, pandemonium, 4+ rupture, clash power +1, inflict 3+ rupture count, rupture, defense level up, frantic pummel. At under 50% HP, convert the third coin of the skill to unbreakable coin. So 3 coins. Clash power +1 for every rupture on target, max 2, inflict 1 rupture, inflict 1 rupture plus the rupture count. Heal defense level up, stack on self, HP on self. Prone. Gain shield equals 10% of max HP. Experiment goal, maturation. Turn start, gain defense level up equal to number of times this unit was hit by enemies. Skill attacks, max 10. Lose this effect when staggered for the first time. At the next turn start, gain 10 defense level down. Eldtree mutation. Oh, rupture fragility. Unopposed. Mini unopposed. Again. Mostly working on, like, not super worried. We're working on resources. Oh, hello. I didn't even bring fluid sac. I probably don't end up needing it.
오케이, 보인다. 그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
움직임이 어설퍼요.
That it? Okay. Take it.
길 좀 막지 마.
I don't think I've even seen the clashable guard, or the assist guard go off yet. With a simultaneous click, the coins hanging from the condemned's necks clattered to the ground.
지금쯤이면 많은 후보자가 알아차렸겠지만 동전은 대전장을 돌아다니면서 다양한 방법으로 얻을 수 있습니다. 그 방법은 방에 마련된 전투일 수도 있고, 마침 또 한 후보자가 동전을 획득했군요.
Despite the host's energetic voice, we couldn't help but be disturbed by what Honglu said.
홍원의 죄인이라니 그게 무슨 소리였는가, 홍루군.
예전에 어르신들께서 제게 들려주신 여러 가지 옛날 이야기들이 있었어요. 그리하여 얼굴 위로는 달개 볕이 붙고 다리 아래로는 염소의 굽이 움직이고 팔에는 고목이 자라게 되었으니 대관원은 영원 무궁에 한 걸음 더 가까워진 것이다.
환에 대한 실험을 말하는 것이요?
직접 본 적은 없지만 대관원의 지하 어딘가에는 은밀하고 귀중한 환을 위한 실험실이 존재한다고 들은 적이 있어요.
Seems like a possible location?
그 실험을 죄인들을 상대로 벌였던 거군. 적지 않은 날개에서 심심치 않게 벌이는 일이긴 하지.
모든 화는 티끌만한 욕심에서부터 시작되는 것 같습니다.
I guess like the turning into animals, could that be like... I mean, there's so much they could draw from the Odyssey. I can't imagine we'll adapt all of it, but like Cersei, for instance, would be someone to see.
분명 홍은이 원하였던 불로 장생도 처음에는 이런 모습을 바라고 시작한 게 아닐 겁니다.
도오라버니, 왜 이렇게 늦었어? 미안. 오늘은 가모님의 실험이 늦게 끝났어. 좋겠다. 나도 저기 안에서 하는 실험 보고 싶어.
Okay, yeah, you. So, when I was... Well, I don't know. I assume this was Jiahuan. But... And then he appeared in the same scene.
왜 형만 들어가? 내가 가도 잘 배울 수 있는데. 난 배우러 가는 게 아니야. 그럼? 모르겠어. 그냥 보는 거야. 이상하다. 형은 우리랑 다르게 노력 안 해도 걱정 없이 살 수 있을 텐데. 가문의 옥이라서 그런가? 야, 가환. 너 그런 말 쓰는 건 안 좋다고 말했지? 내가 어제 무슨 수련을 했는지 보여줘?
Okay, yeah, that was the question. Because, like, the adult, I was confused when he appeared as an adult in the same scene. Which could just be, like, funny flashback stuff. What I was gonna say, and then I held off, was, when I was getting the backgrounds, or updating the thumbnails, and I was getting the sprites, I saw that both the sprite sheets were labeled Jiahuan. So then I was extra confused.
미안해. 다음부터는 안 그럴게. 아무튼 오늘은 공놀이를 하자. 공을 서로 차서 땅에 떨어뜨리지 않는 사람이 이기는 거야. 그런 놀이를 왜 해? 어? 재밌잖아. 나는 환 만들기 놀이하고 싶은데. 모래들이랑 자갈이랑 나뭇잎이랑 씨앗을 섞어서 최고의 환을 만드는 사람이 승리. 안 돼. 모름지기, 임씨와 가시가의 아이들이라면 포부 있게 놀아야지. 형도 낄래?
화나, 안타깝지만 나는 그 엄숙한 경기에 깰 처지가 못 되는구나. 내가 가면 규칙 위반이라고 대우기가 한 소리 할 거 아니냐?
Yeah, like this.
가환, 너 일부러 빠지려고 그러는 거지?
알았어. 공놀이가 끝난 다음에는 환 만들기 놀이를 하자.
Sure, why not? Okay.
그리고 내일은 보호 오라버니가 좋아하는 놀이를 하는 거야.
나는 다 좋은데.
그래도 오라버니가 좋아하는 게 하나 정도는 있을 거 아니야. 생각해와. 알았지?
조급함 일줄은 내 알고 있어만. 지난번에 언질한 그 13번째 흑수에 대한 계획은 정말 자신이 있는 것이오?
13th branch of the Heisho pack.
언제 내가 실패한 것을 본 적이 있는가?
I was wondering if, like, I was thinking because of we have like the extra, like, cat branch in some interpretations of the zodiac. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a secret branch at some point, but I wasn't actually expecting it to pop up.
가문의 힘은 흑수에서 비롯되는 것. 하지만 흑수는 예로부터 12무리만 존재하여 그 수가 제한적이기에 좀처럼 가문 간의 균형이 깨지기 힘들지. 흑수들은 분명 대관원의 그림자이자 탁월한 손발이지만 무결하지는 않다는 것쯤은 자네도 알지 않는가? 순간적으로 폭발하는 힘 뒤에는 그만큼 막대한 육체적 대가가 따라오니까.
I do want a quartet fight. A show quartet. I didn't know it. Can we see it better? Oh. Wrong button. You probably can't see it. When I was seeing I think you can see it when they appear before. But the monkey's tail is holding a banana, it looks like.
설령 흑수를 잠시 소유한다고 해도 그 수를 늘리기는 어렵지. 흑수의 수는 각 흑수의 선인들이 엄격하게 관리하고 있으니. 그래, 아무도 새로운 흑수의 탄생을 시도조차 하지 못했던 이유는 흑수 선인들이 그 흑수 환의 조제법을 숨기고 있기 때문이지 않나. 하지만 내게는 환에 대한 방대한 지식과 선인들이 물려주신 해안이 있지. 공간은 환을 접목한 생명공학으로 도시 전역에 위세를 떨쳤지만 지금은 어떠한가? 더 나은 치료와 개조가 가능한 특이점들이 여기저기서 발견되고 연구되며 응용 끝에 상용화 단계로 나아가는 실정이지.
Okay, this is interesting. Interior singularities are rising from all quarters of the city. So that's another theme that sort of shows up in the book, sort of. It's more about individuals. It is about families as well, but how easy it is. I mean, precarious position is probably the best way to put it. Your position with the family, the position of the families. One wrong move and you can lose everything.
이대로라면 H사는 도태될 테고 언제 날개 전쟁의 피식자로 노려질지 모른다. 홍어는 대대로 품고 있는 비밀이 많고 일부 지역은 유족과도 이어져 있어 각지 날개들이 호시탐탐 노리는 보물상자와 같은 곳. 이런 상황에서 흑수 양산에 성공하여 무력으로 전권을 쥘 수 있다면 도시의 그 누가 감히 공가와 홍원을 넘보겠는가?
아내에게는 비밀로 해줄 수 있겠소? 이 실험이 성공하게 된다면 깜짝 놀래켜주고 싶네. 실은 몇 달 전에 의원으로부터 회임을 했다는 소식을 들었는데 아이가 태어날 때 맞춰서 이런 불가능할 것만 같았던 영역에 한 걸음 다가갔다는 걸 보여준다면 대관원뿐만 아니라 홍원의 모든 이들에게 기뻐할 만한 소식이 아니겠는가? 우리 공가에서 지원할 수 있는 것이 있다면 무엇이든 해드리겠네. 그러니까 이건 나와 당신 간의 비밀로 한동안 남겨두는 게 어떻겠소?
유념하지. 새로운 생명의 축하를 위해 특별한 환도 준비해야겠군. 오늘은 이만 돌아가자꾸나, 보호가.
할머니, 왜 그리 기분이 좋아 보이시나요?
우둔한 대여가 공들여 준비한 미끼를 잘 물어서 그렇단다.
Oh dear.
못 본 척하기에는 내 제안이 지나치게 탐이 나는 것이었겠지. 제 아무리 인자함으로 꾸미고 있다 한들 공시가의 오만 방자함은 가문의 내력으로 남아있는 게 틀림없는 것이지. 자, 걸음을 바삐 하자꾸나. 선인들께서 기다리시겠어.
Lindayu had peered into the memory as well with the rest of us. She fell into a brief, contemplative silence as she seemed to recall a long-forgotten memory.
그날은 오라버니가 이겼지요. 몸을 쓰는 놀이에서 처음으로 오라버니에게 졌던 날이라 기억이 납니다. 모래가 몸에 잔뜩 묻고 가환이 손바닥에 난 색채기가 따갑다고 울상을 짓고.
그랬었구나.
Honglu muttered as though he was talking about something that happened an eternity ago. Dayu shook her head, shaking herself from the reminiscence.
13번째 흑수. 그것이 무엇이죠? 역시 금귀와 관련된 건가요?
If it is cats, is this like a Nine Lives thing?
대혁, 아주 옛날에도 그랬었지만 네가 어떤 것을 물어도 또 내가 어떤 것을 대답해도 그게 네가 원하는 답은 아닐 거야.
그것은 오라버니의 판단일 뿐.
원하는 결과가 기다리지 않을 텐데 무얼 위해 얻고자 하는 거니? 나는 그 물음에 의미가 없다고 대답했단다. 그러니 지켜만 볼 뿐이고.
Honglu, you okay with seeing all these memories? Honglu tilted his head to the side curiously, as though he couldn't understand why I'd asked such a question.
좋고 나쁨보다는 생경한 느낌이네요. 잊으려 했던 기억도 아니었고 그렇다고 해서 다시 떠올리고 싶은 기억도 아니었거든요. 그 당시 제가 받아들였던 감정이나 기분은 전부 멀어져서 지금은 마치 위에서 내려다보고 있는 느낌이에요. 그래서 괜찮냐는 것에는 무엇라 답해야 할지 모르겠네요. 저에게는 더 이상 변할 게 없으니까요.
홍루군의 기억으로 미루어 보아. 가모라는 자가 13번째 흑수에 관한 실험을 먼저 제안한 모양새구려.
하지만 공씨 가문도 실험을 원했던 모양으로 보인다.
문패에 적혀있던 것처럼 탐욕에 미쳐있다는 생각은 들지 않네요. 욕심을 부렸다는 건 부정할 수 없어 보였지만.
The seed was still planted.
맞아요. 느낌뿐이지만 그분들은 홍원을 진심으로 아끼는 것처럼 보였어요.
이곳에 30년이 채 안 되는 해를 살면서 느꼈던 것은 인품과 성정이 너그러운 지도자를 만나는 건 쉽지 않은 일이라는 것이었습니다. 대부분의 사람은 타인에게 기회를 주려 하지 않고 눈앞에 가진 것을 더욱 움켜쥘 뿐이었지요. 하지만 제가 기억하는 공가의 사람들은 적어도 기회를 주시려는 분들이셨습니다. 입지 하나 없던 저희 임씨가 그나마 호위 가문의 자리까지 올라올 수 있었던 것도 출신이 아닌 실력만으로 호위를 선발한 덕분이었으니까요.
Come family of guards because they prioritize selection by merit, not by the nobility of their births.
하지만 공가가 멸문한 뒤로는 그 견고한 4대 가문 외에는 그나마 있던 기회조차 모두 박탈당했죠. 그래서 그분들이 욕심에 눈이 멀어 모든 것이 끝났다는 말을 들었을 때 아직 어린 시절이었음에도 그때 느꼈던 감정은 선명하게 남아있습니다. 참담함. 이제는 내가 돌아갈 곳이 더 이상 남아있지 않았으니까요.
That's Lindayu.
그쪽도 어지간히 고생했네. 고생했어.
Regardless of these revelations, however, the family hierarch war was still ongoing. So with Gregor's succinct words of consolation, we moved on from the area, away from the rising walls. Three more coins, so we have events. We have to go maybe to these don't have story with them, so let's just what was this? Blunt and Pierce. Let's swap. Actually, no, let's hold on, just moving around. Seven, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to get you in, so yeah. Let's just get a fight or two over. And then I don't know, what are the chances of always getting the skill through in this bottom slot? Let's go for the Pierce weakness. Okay, Faust, you can. Vary this up a wee bit.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
사선이 비었어요.
공로 지원한다. 좋아, 깔끔한 헤드샷. 머리 진짜 잘랐다고 하지.
I love the little pose at the end. Not that you'll survive this much, but
타겟 포착 1시 방향.
do want to make sure we get
헤드샷. 머리통에 작살났다고.
getting some envy. Wonder how many dungeons there'd be. I mean 2 could be interesting. It was the pacing of okay, so that leads there. I want to do get care of this one as well. The pacing for Canto 6 with the no dungeon at the end was interesting, and I liked what it meant for the fights. Oh, the spider lilies? Glide Pandemonium, Frantic Swinging. Experiment Gold Blossom. When this unit takes damage, bring a sage, maintain the student's HP till next turn, deal. Ooh, interesting. Deal 50% plus damage once per turn, does not activate when staggered. Eltree mutation. However, there's something the way they've designed having dungeons. with everything about like the fathoms and the way you can like physically represent these psychological environments that I don't want to miss out on. It just seems to kind of like I'm kind of expecting, like, well, I don't know if I'm expecting, but at a certain point, before going into this, my feeling about what the final dungeon would be would, I'll turn this down a little bit, would be some version of Land of Illusion. It just seemed to fit with the sort of mystical nature of the dungeons. So I don't totally want to miss out on that with the fathoms. Okay, let's peek in this event. Ahem! You must be Zhao Baoyu and his clan, right? I got separated from my faction when the walls suddenly burst from the ground. Some are still with me, but I don't think we'll get very far like this. Can you help me find where the rest of my faction is? Hey, if you help me out today, I'll look out for you when I become the family hierarch. Come on, man, help me out. Hand over the entry card. Eliminated men take his coins. Oh no. No, we don't normally have to make these moral decisions. I'm not used to this from Limbus. Well, rob them, maybe negotiate will be better. I'm gonna say if I learned with what I learned from Ruina is we must break the cycles of violence. This guy's pretty annoying. But we don't have any reason to pick a fight with him when we don't know how many fights we've got ahead of us. It's not like he's being aggressive. Instead of starting a fight, I hand him the used entry card. We also picked up something like that, but it turned out to be pretty useless. Here's hoping this will be better. Well, I guess I'll exchange your card for mine. Toss it or keep it, up to you. Also, I picked up this weird bolus from another candidate. It seemed a bit fishy to me, so I guess I'll let you take care of it. Well, that's all. Hey, I won't go easy on you the next time we meet, so watch yourself. Heavenly King's Heart-Mending Pill. Turn end. One ally with the least SP heals 10 SP, not bad. Red entry card. Maybe it opens a door somewhere. Hey, interesting. Do this one.
해오던 대로 방송을 켜겠다.
Harukito here. Oh, is worrying me. I'm taking the lessons that the game has taught me. Although flip a coin would have been. Thank you, Evie. Have a lovely night as well. I'll finish up fairly soon, just for... yeah. Get you started. I know you resist, but... we're just working on... resources here. last long enough, but I'm really excited to try out her enhanced skill 3. Oh, they're so cool. Ooh, let's offset that. It's the gaining 20 poise immediately that is such incredible nonsense.
숨통 끊기.
움직임이 어설퍼요.
We should maybe bring Rhodia and try and get some of that wrath. I mean, not that these ones matter. Okay, let's leading up to a few more, then close laboratory. This one looks interesting. Fermentation zone. Waste disposal. Oh, we have 12. I've been looking at this. Question mark. Second, yeah, too. Gotta boost up our numbers. There are several talismans glued to the wall. I can feel the wind blowing through barely visible cracks on the wall. Seems like there's something on the other side. Maybe there's a hidden passageway here? The sinners take a moment to investigate the room and find a wall with conspicuously arranged talismans of different colors. Oh, these must be colors that match each of the cardinal directions. Looks like we have to peel these talismans in the correct order. We try peeling the talismans. Let's try peeling a talisman. Looks like the blue is first, which is at the top. It's only written on the blue talisman on the west. Looks like they're indicating that this is the first talisman to be removed. When I remove the talisman, the wall begins to shake. Which one should I remove next? I mean, assuming it's not a trick question, I assume we're going clockwise, and that's the blue, so red, which is north. I move the red talisman in the north. The walls are now shaking with greater intensity. Which one should we peel next? Yellow, which is center. I move the yellow talisman in the center. The walls are now shaking with greater intensity. No, we want white. It's east. I move the white talisman in the east. The walls are shading like they're about to crumble any minute. There's just one more talisman to peel. Oh, they relate to different elements. Interesting. South is the only one left. I hope this was checked for colorblind people. I guess the shades might be different enough. Find some twinkly coins strewn about the debris. We got 2. Oh, there's a new path. Oh, there's a rest stop there. Wonder if these could both lead. Maybe we can try. I'm curious if there's a story there. Maybe. Let's do the fight for the SP.
필두 출진.
And then I should. Oh, Lotus. Blooming failure. Oh. Pandemonium, frantic volley. Heal 2 allies, including this unit with the least HP. Experiment goal, germination, turn start. If this unit isn't at max HP, heal 80% of the missing HP. Oh, interesting. With every healing, half the healing effect by this passive by half's down to 10% minimum. Applies only when this unit heals more than 1 HP, does not activate when staggered. After this unit is staggered for the first time, or when the healing effect is reduced to its minimum, gain 3 fragile every turn start. Have to do these. Yeah, I should bring in Rhodia just to mix up the sins a little bit. I mean, I know our game plan isn't like reliant on Wrath for any of our ego, but it's just nice to have.
타겟 포착 1시 방향.
Yeah, you're gonna heal.
끝내지.
I'm still so amused by the trying to move out of the way. The parasol just sitting there. It was just waiting for her. Oh yeah, so these are both like alternate pathways. Okay, let's just check in the time. Let's go till I get to there. Yeah, I don't suppose there's a story segment. We enter a new room and see a bound prisoner next to a bolus on a table. There we see candidates standing around as though they've been waiting for someone to arrive. Ah, now we have enough people for this special game to commence. Please direct your attention to the bolus on the table. Observe it well. It is a bolus currently in development here at H-Corp. It has yet to be commercialized for mass market use. Apparently, it can help restore your vitality once taken, but let's see how true that is, shall we? Do you think this is indeed a successful product, or is it a failure? Now's the time to place your bets with your coins. Guess, is it a success or a failure? The candidate who gets this question right gains all coins in the pool. Oh no! I don't know, I don't like gambling. I try to avoid it. I mean, if it's in this place, it has to be a failure. Pick failure, curious to see what happens if you pick success. I mean, looking at... I can't imagine... My instinct was failure. I'm gonna go for failure. The other candidate bets on success. How many coins should we wager? Gambling isn't worth the risk, let's back out. We're doing like some of the extra fights and stuff. I'm trying to... I'll bet 1 coin. Alrighty, let's check out what happens then. The prisoner swallows the bolus and immediately begins screaming with pain. He drops to the floor unconscious after wildly writhing and flashing around for a minute. The candidate who bet on it being a failure gains the coins, while the candidate who bet on it being a success must submit their coins. 1 coin. How are we doing? We're not catching up. Wonder who the number 1 is. Okay, let's do this fight. And maybe swap you two. Interesting, it was a success for you. What did you pick for how much you gambled then? Wonder maybe it's that is curious. Because maybe it's random. I mean, that would make sense for gambling. I mean, I assume it was actual gambling. You know, it was gotcha. Yay, we got some wrath. Oh, we actually... Okay, maybe we'll do this and wait for the next one to come back round. There's reinforcements. Okay, gotta keep an eye on the ammo if there's reinforcements. Flashing this time.
길 좀 막지 마.
숨통 끊기. 가차. 죽어.
길에서 비켜. 출력 상승.
Whee!
신속한 권장드립니다.
So yeah, let's just get to the safe room and then I'll talk about what we're doing tomorrow. Oh, Jia-Chu pulled ahead by a lot. Looks like I like the update. Oh. One speaks a hollow lamentation, the other yearns in empty desire. One is a moon on the water's surface, a reflection, and the other is a blossom's image in a mirror. Flowers have bloomed over the bodies of the prisoners. I don't see any movement. Looks like they're all dead. These flowers possess the augmentative qualities of H-Corp. They'll most likely provide some advantage in the battles to come. Which flowers should we pick? Nameless Lotus? Red Spider Lily, Nameless Herb. Oh, interesting. I'm kind of partial to spider lilies. The lotus seems to, I want to assume, is a healing thing. Spider lilies are funeral flowers. They look so cool. I mean, it seems fitting given the theme of this chapter. We pick the red spider lily, the flower transforms into a small bolus, and the other flowers blossom in the mirror. Let's leave let the prisoner rest in peace. We move on after paying respects to the dead. Sanguine Blossom Bolus. You're in start. Among allies who lost HP, one ally with the least HP percentage deals plus missing HP percentage damage. Okay. Divided by 4% damage. Oh, flower in the mirror artifact obtained. Whoa! Flower in the mirror. Every turn start, inflict 3 rupture potency and +1 rupture count to all enemies without rupture for focused encounters all parts. How heartless they are. The flowing stream and the wilting blossom both. Not bad. Okay. Let's actually grab you in case we want to, when we figure out what's in the fight. I'm just gonna... Oh, interesting there too. I'm just gonna see what the... Okay. Wicked Deathrite Monk. Evil Possessed Deathrite Monk. Shan. I guess a bit of a spoiler. We'll save that for tomorrow. Slash... Okay. Looking not bad for what we want. Oh, 2 floors. I was wondering... I mean, this could just be the 2nd floor, who knows? But it's getting late. Like the monk designs, they do look cool. So let's pop out for a second. Let me just talk about what the plan is for tomorrow, because we'll be doing hopefully the rest of the chapter.
저희는 심야 업무를 진행하는
I think I forgot to check actually my ego's all correct for some of these. Yeah. I should remember to change that. So we have the new ego. Okay, so for tomorrow, this is important. Normally I have a work meeting. Normally I like to start earlier. But I can't because I have a work meeting and I don't know exactly when I'll finish. Normally I should finish. Normally they should be an hour, but in case not, I'll put a comment on the stream. So I might, just in case I'm not there exactly on time. And the other thing is I have another work thing that I need to like pop out is long. To be expected. But I'll be, yeah, I wish I could start earlier, but not with that work thing. And then like partway through, I'll have to pop out for like 5 to 10 minutes to take care of another work thing. A few hours into the stream. But yeah, just in case I'm not there entirely on time, I'll drop a comment in case I'm not, but, or just beforehand so people know. But just to be aware. But very curious, especially because like the part 2s tend to have like the big revelations right at the end. So I'm wondering, there's a lot of options where it could be. I wasn't sure until we met like what kind of character Dayu would be, but she's always been my favorite as like some sort of representation of a fight, even if she seems like I didn't get to the end of part 2 yet, it's long. Well, we have to split it into 3 parts, that's all. It can be done. But I'll be fresher tomorrow. When it's less late. But now that we meet her as the character, I do think Ego is a possibility. I was thinking, so her, I mean, based on her book stuff, she has this like dark blue design. Based on some book stuff, I can see her being having a design with red in it as well, and I'm like, oh, that actually would look really nice with this, with how she looks here. With red flowers, for instance. So that's still in my heart. I would like Heisho Quartet. I at least want to see them. I want to see them. I saw some people online that were like retired of Heisho already, even just with Faust, but they're my favorite faction. I mean, they just won me over so quickly. I think they look I think the whole idea behind them, like, I think their designs are really cool. The whole idea and how our sinners. I mean, I'm just so impressed by, like, I liked both Ryoshu and Otis's story. I like this sort of like, there's like this, I mean, they're mercenaries, but there's sort of this level of like dehumanization going on. They're a pack, they're owned by masters. And then Gregor Rodia's story, like, again showed a different side to that. Like, I want to see it. I like them. We had there's lots of options for new characters. It's all interesting. I'd like to see more of the animals. Yeah, even just seeing them I'd be happy with. I want to believe we'll see the silhouettes of the other Heisho, but then I was thinking we still don't... We have silhouettes from Rue, and now we still don't know what the people look like. So we'll see. But we could... I wouldn't mind if they were just like regular banners as well to fill in. I mean, I'm sure some people would complain, but I'm like, let's get all the sinners. They're so cool. Because I was mad because then I couldn't find it again, but somebody did Ishmael as a tiger, and I thought that looked so cool. And then I guess the other curious thing, I guess we might have more of a sense, is like, normally for the banners during, as they come out, we don't tend to get one for the third week. It gets saved, but maybe we will. I wouldn't mind it. Anyway, it's late. But I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you enjoy the rest of this part. Very much looking forward to it. Be well. I'm going to go hibernate and hide from spoilers. I found generally people, I just stay off YouTube, but I think last time when I accidentally looked at something, people at least censored the thumbnail, so I think people are pretty good at that for the moment. But thank you everybody, I'm looking forward to seeing more. I will see you again soon. Bye bye.